Renegade. Yeah, man. Tonal. With the, you know, can't stall, never fall. How things? How things? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, man, you know, it's a tonal this. You know, so tonight, well at, you know, well at. Because we have some things we're going to mash up the place with. Right here, sir, we're still again already, you know. As the gang will eat some tomorrow on. You soon see him coming back and, you know, Mary and Herb soon come on. So, you know, the thing go tonight, no worries, you know. No worries. But, Anjo, I mean, I some worries. I want to talk to you. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Gloria. Yeah, man. Good evening, you know. Good evening. Good evening. Right across the globe. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, man. Good Sunday. Right across the globe. Saying? Yeah, man. So as we say now tonight, we're rocking. Now we're not there for all about nothing. Yes, because you know the man of the wilderness. There for all about nothing, man. Not all about nothing. And Andrew, let me tell you this. Let me just tell you from now, we're not there for pet you. We want pet you like poodle or something, we're not pet you. You know, people put you in the sign 8 years, 8+ years, and you go on and go on like you want to trick people. Me have a video. Me get a video, you know, people. With Andrew, I tell lie again, you know. He want to give it 2 helmet. Remember, I promised about the helmet, them, you know. The man promised, say, man, give us some helmet in 2022. Then come back in 2024 and come back with it. And you know, say them do a video. And but you hear the man chatting foolishness. You know, it's that garbage, man, chat and me, I tell the man, just stop tell the lie. No, me not, hey, listen me. Me not get to the lie business the way I spread. Stop it, brother. Stop it, man. It's no good, man. Trust me, man. Nobody, no PR cannot save you in this time. Think about it. Nobody no fool theater about no 3 term around here or nothing. Nobody. Because we want people to go to prison. Let me just tell it straight. Yes. Because you have to determine for what you want, you know. You understand? Not true. You have to determine for what they want. You know? You have to know, say, yo, what for all, like, remember, you know, Andrew tell we for hold him accountable. That we are doing. No 2 ways about it. You tell him for hold you accountable, I play it all the time, you know. Yes. So we are wholly accountable. Now, I joke with you. Yeah. I try to them step in, me start play. I'm a matter of fact. When me start play the police, you must do him fed up. Him fed up. That him have to call you. Me have to listen to him call. Him call you a cat. The police say he's a cat. You want to hear what kind of cat? I'm going to play him. I have to play him before I come in and come sit down. The police say Andrew is a cat. Them want to play. Now play another little video. Up to police to make a cuss. And then I give the people them a warning tonight, you know. Tonight. I'm going to tell them sit down. I give them a warning tonight. Yeah? Because them have some police where them handpick. But I go around and do some things, you know. Where me soon me talk about that. Them and a police, them a politician. That needs to stop. Yeah? Because you want to go on with the foolishness, you want to face the ear to, you know. We don't have nowhere to run, go, you know. We don't play with the, you know. Yeah? Let me go and play the police before we have to come in. Voila.
Good morning, our Jamaican citizen, our Jamaica Constable Force, JCF. Our response officer. So I just make this clear to the media. I don't care. It's a law personnel. This is my colleague. Yeah, brawling outside. Yeah. You see what take place? Transpire at Kingston with the police female and the parents that got the school to rectify what happened between female kids and other kids. And that's how we deal with the situation. By law and by right. The police is here to protect and serve the Jamaican citizen of Jamaica. They're responsible for every civilian, every pedestrian. They're responsible. Imagine a 2 officer, 1 female. They didn't have to reach this. The police be there. Like You're sure of the female.
It's a up and down, man.
You have to hold on for your gun one at a time. And you have the female down in the jeep. After you put her in the jeep, you don't hold on for your gun. You don't intimidate her. Watch everything on the video. Everything. If she point in your face, she assault you. But you lick her. You're total wrong. She win it right away. Because she point in your face, that is assault. But why you lick her? She's not a child. She's not your daughter. I be a fuck where you go on in our country, boy, Anjo. Anjo. You see you? You see you, Anjo?
No, and remember the last one, remember play. It never split it up. It I want this in all me I play. Right? The reason why you not hear that one, yeah, the one where you play was very loud. Right? And because I'm not on my laptop. My laptop, see that? I use my Mac Pro. Desktop. I not use this. You see? Me hear like the thing that sound like a fan or something other one there. And then a MacBook over that way. Me never charge it up at nothing, you know. So me I use the you know you have to have different computers, different things, and I use the desktop. And I use my MacBook. Yes. But so them one the way you hear depend this. Unless me I download them, but them depend my things still, you know. You know that 1, 2, 3. So me just play this. This the all in one. So it lower up, but me still play it, you know. You hear it, man.
Now one more ex-pussy for Uno. I care 0. Andrew, you don't know me eat, you don't know me.
Him just call him a cat, don't it? Him just call Andrew a cat. Andrew, yeah, the police are calling a cat. Listen here. Him just call him a cat, don't. Remember play it again.
But why you lick her? She's not a child. She's not a daughter. I be a fuck where you go on in our country, boy, Anjo. Anjo. You see you? You see you, Anjo? Now one more ex-pussy for Uno.
You just call him a cat again. You hear him?
I care 0. Andrew, you don't know me eat, you don't know me drink, you don't know me 4 kids and blood clot, go to school. How they eat. Too much of your Andrew. I be a fuck you implement, Powie. Fuck law. And we work with the system, you know. We not go against the system. Because we wrong for vote you blood clot in. You see the younger generation, them give vote them, they never think. They never was thinking. Because some of we like edit. But the one them educated, they can't educate the younger set them because they not take no chat, no government. They not no governments. No govern. Bro. Big fat stinking police girl. But not care. See when my mother that time my sister. You see you? You don't know your blood clot self. You only be in her ear. And you just let her go. She go up in the jeep willingly. You go far as bite the female, cut him hand. They bite the girl, you know. Bite him, bust him, you know. And they bleed out in her jeep, you know. I mean, they watch everything. So you tell me, you know, an incident occurred at the school and there's no other way you can solve a solution. Police change for have methods, strategy methods for use from civilian out there in the street. Because first you do, talk her down. Talk her down. Ask her kindly for going in the jeep. When you don't even have one fucking handcuff, you don't need a handcuff to put on a female. You not grab up and she never go for your gun. She never try to take your gun. For sure you. The girl will explain herself, you're the judgy girl in her ear. She wrong for pointing in your face. You're fucking total wrong for put your hand on the female. You're wrong. You verbally abuse the lady. Yo, never style. You no pepper spray people for nothing at all. You no flash out our button. You broke people on our foot and bust in the skull. For nothing at all. And that's how we work, bro. Bro, that's how we work, bro. A whole heap of soldier killers out there. A whole heap of killer police. I G them a roll, so yo. We know if we deal with things, man. We know when boy if you get lick in her face and tap in her face. When they deserve it. You get me I say? You abuse the system. So long, she a police officer say, yo, yeah, interior of your clothes, you're going to get right. The judge and the jury going to get the girl right. You're going to give you right over the girl. And I say, blood clot, go. The situation will kill a whole heap of innocent people. Can I tell you, a whole heap of...
Stop telling me, say, Maris. Just stop repeating that thing, man. You ever think, you tell me something. Which security firm is with blue and white? And him sit down then with the thing for him, boy, you're a police friend, tell it. So we're not a police friend too. Maris, just watch the thing and stop right now, man. Just stop right your thing, man. Good. Which security, Mr. Which building you see? Security now with this in it. With a police station and everything. Brother, if you look sometime and stop telling me about your friend like your friend, it's God enough. Don't do that. Yeah? Cool. Yeah.
What come out tight? I'll on camera I'm watching a kill, man. What come out tight? Yo, I tell you, man. You see you, if a girl know if you deal with you, eh? The girl if set you up a wait. Either you lose your 2 foot them, or you drive off a one cliff, go break your blood clot neck. The girl for fuck you. The girl for fuck you, real good police girl. And me they send out this for the media. I care fucking zero. On the top grown abuse people, on the blood clot. Everybody have gun now. Check your world. Everybody have guns. Everybody have guns. Now look a container gun on our find a airport. You know much pass already? Eh? Who they send me a gun them? Politician. Andrew Holness know about enough of the blood clot gun them. I might get cheer out tight. And then no one killing people them. Innocent people them. Eh? I think poor man can pull through them link there. And the law enforcement blood clot they do that thing. A big heads them in a parliament. I wanna live off of the container gun them. And then they make it look like say the youth them in the street they do all the animosity. And one thing I blame my man them for, you know, but they make their money and they blow it, you know. They now buy 2 goat, 2 cow, 2 pig, some rabbit, some pigeon, fowl, and start some investment. Those are investments. Buy car put on the road, buy cars and rent them. We need to do better as black people. We need to stand up our foot and rebel against this fucking government. You need to step down. How much people dead since the year started? How much crime rate gone up since last year? How much senseless killings? You know, so the man might take a woman and go rape them.
Alright, so maybe let's go back to that, right? We have to call it. Look, I don't know which thing they may ever see in the blue and white. So maybe look on that squad here. Look here.
Good morning, our Jamaican citizen, our Jamaica Constable Force, JCF.
Oh.
Our response officer. So I just make this clear to the media.
My response officer, okay.
Law personnel. This is my colleague.
All right.
Yeah, brawling outside. Yeah. You see what take place? Transpire Kingston.
All right. Since I'm a response officer, because you have some man go through ratty. In that I call the Prime Minister cat, because too much foolishness are going on in a ratty. Yes. I'm going to make a hear of the people them, because I don't see those for you to swim around. That man's over there, but that's a mind.
No. You know, I can get to that one, but no, no, tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, you know. Yeah, because me alone, okay, dog, you know, in the early part of the show, yeah, you know. But like a dog like me then. Them were not good then, man.
Yeah, man. We're not the same boat. We're not the same boat.
Yeah, man. No, we see Andrew come up with some things, brother. And boy, I know. People are get tired, brother. Them are get tired, man. Too much foolishness now. You understand? It's the police. From Google to come in, you know, from cops say, if we just shoot people and do this, how can nothing happen? 14-year-old boy and because brother drive them, they shoot up the car and just say, listen, you know, I shoot out. And when they find out the church, if I come from a food, him up, we don't get nothing else. You see them run a little bike one, when you look him drop on the gun when you hear, oh, we get a gun and a fire him. But them not move, so when you watch the video. It can't work. You cannot deal with the people them like this, man. It bad, right here. It's bad. We need to do something to this, man. It's bad, man. Yes, brother.
Yeah, let me just tell the people them say, me no fool my cry, me no eat no swim around. Cause some of the people them are still, I say Andrea there, I laugh off of me, you know. I say ratty fully cry. No. Don't follow him. Don't follow him. No, got your mistake. No. No. No.
That it's your name.
No, come on. Early. I'm gonna say to the man at the wilderness, I do some work. I'm gonna left him and say, I'm soon come. I'm gonna come forward. And then I'm gonna say, I see my around me left. All right, we'll get them to business. I know. No, yeah. You know, this is what we are talking about, the human rights abuse. You know, that is what we are talking about, and it's very, very serious in Jamaica, and it's one of the arms of the Magnitsky Act, and we now make them get to. You see, what we are doing right now, we heard about though. We are compiling all of them things, yeah. So that when we're going to see the people, them know. We're not just going and just say, well, them are violate people's human rights. We're going to show them the video, them. Say, see what's going on here. All right. And this come from the top. Because a lot of them officers, yeah, them not act on them own, them act on instructions. Instructions. Yeah. And you know, like you mentioned that the Minister of National Security, he issue a statement. And them act accordingly. Them issue a statement, you know, say when say shoot for kill or something like that.
Kill them and don't carry them in. Don't carry them in hospital neither, you know. We don't have nothing for waste. Kill them. Make sure them dead.
So we just add this to the thing them we have upon him already. We just add this to it, you know. Going all the way back to even before WikiLeaks. And then we deal with the WikiLeaks thing and bring it all the way up. So you know, just a matter of time.
Because what we have said to you know, we want a country where the whole government accountable. I'm saying there's something. When I say accountable, really accountable. Right? So I'm saying there's something right now. I'm making it it's not just up in a UK. Right? I'm going to show you something people. I'm going to put it up. I'm saying it to Ratty first. Make him see it and then I put it up for him to see it. Let me see how which one this. All right, it's a scandal in the UK. But look, now I hear about £100 and you're going to see what I want. Let me say it to Ratty. Hold on there. See the Ratty? All right, I make you read through that. But I put it up and the people them can't see it. So come on, let me see what we are put up. Where I read from, you know? Yes, all right. All right, let me just open this. This unbelievable, you know. All right, so I'm going to open this and make the people them can see this. All right. You see it clear out, right?
You mean upon my phone? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll make you open that. I'll make you open it. It's coming ugly now. I'll make you can see that. It's something in a UK, right? It's a bet, you know, just a bet, you know, and look how much people draw down. I'm going to show them the difference between Jamaica and this. And I look on the scandal, how much people dead. And in 2022, and we won't know. Till the other day, right? We won't know. Right? All right. Let me just see this. UK. I'm open it. Move this. All right. When you can't see now, people, tell me if it's big enough for you can't see it. It's a UK election betting scandal. Widens as fourth Conservative Party official reportedly investigated. Ratty, you open it, finish read this, and just look on it and just look on this and just look what going on in Jamaica. I'm going to show them because them always talk about British hold them down and this a system. Let me show you the people them bird. Let's read from London, this Ratty. Right, that's so.
Okay. And which part you want me to stop?
All right under it's short, it's not long.
All right.
Under
All right.
AP.
No problem. The chief data officer of Britain's Conservative Party has taken a leave of absence, British media reported on Sunday, following growing allegations that the governing party's members used inside information to bet on the date of Britain's July 4th national election before it was announced. So apparently what happened is that, them take bet in England, Miami and everything. So
Yes,
them
yes.
place a bet. They're just like Vegas. Them place a bet say the elections will be called on July 4th.
Yes.
But that information came from, it wasn't announced to the public. It was inside. And them
Yes.
go and place the bet where them supposed to make some money. And it says the Sunday Times and others reported that Nick Mason is the fourth Conservative official to be investigated by the UK's Gambling Commission for allegedly betting on the timing of the election.
Mm-hmm.
The Times alleged that dozens of bets had been placed with potential winnings worth thousands of pounds. The reports came after revelations in recent days that two Conservative election candidates, Laura Saunders and Craig Williams, are under investigation by the gambling watchdog. Saunders' husband, Tony Lee, the Conservative director of campaigning, has also taken a leave of absence following allegations he was also investigated over alleged betting. Police said one of Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's police bodyguards was arrested Monday on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The arrest came after the gambling regulator confirmed it was investigating, quote, the possibility of offenses concerning the date of the election, end of quote. The growing scandal just 2 weeks ahead of the national election has dealt a fresh blow to Sunak's Conservative Party, which is widely expected to lose to the opposition Labour Party after 14 years in power. Sunak said this week that he was, quote, incredibly angry, end of quote, to learn of the allegations, and said that anyone found to have broken the law should be expelled from his party.
You're there.
Sunak announced on May 22nd that parliamentary elections would be held on July 4th. The date had been a closely guarded secret, and many were taken by surprise because a vote had been expected in the fall. Saunders, a candidate standing in Bristol, southwest England, has said she will cooperate fully with the investigation. Williams was Sunak's parliamentary private secretary, as well as a member of parliament running for re-election on July 4th. He has acknowledged that he was being investigated by the Gambling Commission for placing a £100 bet on a July election before the date had been announced. Senior Conservative Minister Michael Gove condemned the alleged betting and likened it to Partygate, the ethics scandal that contributed to former Prime Minister Boris Johnson's ouster in 2022. That controversy saw public trust in the Conservatives plummet after revelations that politicians and officials held lockdown floating parties and gatherings in government buildings during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020-2021. We had something similar like that in Jamaica.
Yes. And you get 100 pound, you know. Continue.
It looks like one rule for them and one rule for us. Gove told the Sunday Times. That's the most potentially damaging thing. Daisy Cooper, the deputy leader of the Liberal Democrats, said people are sick and tired of this sleaze, and that Sunak, the Prime Minister, must intervene and order an official inquiry. The Conservative Party said it cannot comment because investigations are ongoing.
All right. So look on this now, Ratty. Look on a little thing like this. £100.
Yes.
Like $120. And you see, it's a big thing. But in Jamaica, you have 700 billion. You have people in a maternity ward, woman. 270 of them die in 2022 and we never know about it. All kind of things that money at top left, right, and center, not do nobody. You know, the same pandemic here, shower labor right and boom bam and no movement here. You see the difference with the Westminster model, what they matter about and not about England. You see the difference, I think? £100. You may lose and you may go to jail for it, you know.
Yes.
Because of inside thing. Then this one will show the amount of corruption in Jamaica, brother.
Yep. it's mind-boggling, you know, when you look at the amount of unaccounted funds. And then you look at it in other places where just, you know, a minor amount of money and you go to prison. Like in Singapore, a minor amount of money, $10. A politician can account for that. It all cause problems for him. Whereas in Jamaica, $10 million people never raise them eyes. You know, I'm really concerned about the amount of stealing going on in Jamaica. People have become numb. So if you hear it's a politician thief, like, you know, 5 million Jamaican dollars, no, people just say, okay, 5 million. No, nothing. We have come to accept it without even realizing that we accept it, you know, because this is something we're not supposed to tolerate. But because the numbers, every time you the numbers them get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, you know.
Billions.
Yeah. Billions now, you're not hear millions no more. And so I'm just concerned that unless we wake up the public to this and say, listen, even if it's $1, corruption is corruption.
That is it. That is it. That's the narrative. Because if someone I bet him sell it and put £100 on it, that's like $126.
$128.
Yes, good. US. And then put that for a bet, and he may lose, he can go to prison for it. One to 700 much billion. One to market me $85 million. One to this money. None of your business. Leave me to my private life. $85 million. I'm gonna wait. You pay for something around there. None of your business. Leave me to my private life, and that's it.
The police cars cannot. One to the do 2 DPP I get paid. One to the 7 or 8 people who stay home and I get paid. Themselves stay home, including Grace McLean, former acting permanent secretary over Ministry of Education. One to all them people. I think Water Commission man to whom I get paid. I believe him I get paid.
Water Commission man, but tell me what to the man who just were investigating with them throughout.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the thing I go back way, brother.
Yeah, I have to go back and check if the Water Commission man. I'm not sure. I think you know if I get paid.
He might get paid. Not do him. Them let him go. Them say straight fire did say at the KSAC to investigate him. She don't have nothing for holding pan. She never hold him pan nothing. She said them investigate. She sent it to the KSAC.
But you know what them for do now? You know them for do? All right, fine. Maybe it's a technicality that you say, okay, them for do it and them not do it. But you know what them for do now? Him get permit for must say what 21 bedroom and he must build 12 3-bedroom.
12.
Right. What I'm supposed to go in and do and lick down all of them 3-bedroom and turn them in a 1-bedroom.
Oh, yeah, for the under what I building.
Yeah, so be it. It's in violation. Yeah. It's in violation.
I just seize them because in violation. And by the way, when I get the money, I have to do the whole of these things. Can we start talking about money now, you know? Because them hide it in a building like people that have no sense.
So Vernon said no, him reinstated. So I guess him get back him job, you know?
Yeah, because them never doing nothing. So Vernon right that me tell you. Remember, Stretch 5, that's what them have our brother.
Well, you say Kokichi, I make a statement that says the next scam to Jamaica is desalination plants in Jamaica. Well, let me tell you, that's a one scam, right? We see where it go right now, you know, with the desal plant. But here is something. Desalination plants is to bring water from the sea, convert water from the sea to drinking water, right?
Yes.
And usually, the places where have desal plants are desert. Them have no river around to no sea.
Yes. We have water waste. We not out, you know. No follow them, you know. Me tell you already, you know. Me do the piece on it. If Black River alone, right? It are more than 300 feet deep, the deepest part. And it are more than a mile wide. And the water and 33 miles long. And the water run go to the sea. And look, we have more than 100 rivers. So we have water waste. I would have water in it. It's a waste. Can't go into the sea, it run go down there. So you only think about these, them to do better than that.
We have 120 rivers, right? So we have water running from the island to the sea. You don't need a desal plant.
No.
Management, because you have water upon the island. You have
That's
water already. So when you hear them say, "More build a diesel plant," a money that, you know, a money that are going in people pocket. So,
Me tell them. And we have to hold them accountable. We have to hold them accountable. We're not put them right now. Them too much now, man. Too much. Okay, so me here only sit promise. We got to only sit promise some helmet in 2022. Him come back with him promise 2024. And then
hold on alone, son. Before you go no further, let me correct you. Remember what the Prime Minister said. Him say him don't make promise, him make commitment.
Oh, commitment make the worse.
That him say. That is what him say. Him say I don't make promises. I make commitments.
Committed enough. You're committed, you deal with it. So 2022 passed, I never deal with it. 2024 come, if them do a video like this, let me hear this, it show me off again. Let me show you the lie, how you lie, Andrew. Me I talk to you straight and look on the camera. Stop the lying. Run that so. Remember, you know, truth comes straight, lie come all over the place. You stop it. You hurt yourself. Look on this, Ratty.
Coming in, and all of a sudden, on the toll road, you know.
But why you listen to this man, you know? Because it's when talk about skating, it's a word where them use, Ratty, for choppers. When them dip on bike and have skate. So them do this and put it together. Here how the man a lie. Just listen, I'll show you a lie, Mattel. Just listen here. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, listen, the lightest man of the world. Hear this.
As I'm coming in, and all of a sudden, on the toll road, you know, I see some lights coming behind. So I said to my driver, is what that? Is another motorcade that? And when we look through the window, I saw man me see a skate on the toll. No helmet. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Roll me. And I hold down my head and I said, God, carry them home safely. Carry them home safely, God. Because them don't have no care about their life. My job is to care about their life. And at that time, it never make sense. I even say, make we ride them down and stop them. It is stupid.
You're too lying. So first of all, when Andrew move with a motorcade of police people. He move with that so them couldn't come and then zoop round him. Be a flashing light. I mean attack. It's a motorcade we might have 1 mile long. No, Ratty. Me tell you something dangerous, you know. You must say, them zoop when them look through him window, them zoop round him. And it don't make sense, we ride them down. He never did a ride a drive, you know. He never, remember, him never, and like one man a carry me, you know. Me can't, we just sit on the motorcade when I go through all it long with police. The amount of police, it's coming like 20 stations of a line. And Andrew really come say this, brother, Ratty, come, Andrew, your brother, just listen. Me different thing, brother. Me study the whole of your movements. When you move the amount of people around you. So the man them a ride on bike, that means it don't make sense to have your security details. Because them could have them a skate. And I remember, you see the skating when I talk about? And the scammer them call it that way there. Okay? And them zoop run him. Them see police without the helmet, you know. Police without the helmet. And them a zoot. Run him, waiting car and a zoot. And him a say, my God, carry them home safe. Him say that. And him a say, it don't make sense. We ride them down. Ride them down. Because when him a tell lies, him like I'm saying no more thief in light and bag of light for your friend. Him talk something, it's unbelievable. And you, come on, Ratty. You hear yourself, right? That's all I do to you?
No, because here's the thing. When as government leader, when you are traveling on the road and you have your motorcade, no car can pass you. Is that a threat? Is a security threat if you make car pass you? You make car pass and do what? First of all, you know them do it, but you know security is supposed to function. You're supposed to have an advanced team ahead, right? Then you have the team you have a team that cover him, and then you have the team behind, right? So that way anything up ahead, people know where I go on. Them block the road so them can't go through. But no car now over, no bike now overtake now motorcade. That not going to happen. You have the siren, that not going to happen. And then the man, when they drive on something like that, them spread out across the road, you know, so them alone can occupy it, you know. Because I'm in a motorcade all the time. And I saw motorcade road. So this
motorcade, enough of them in motorcade big in already. Fee motorcade. And the man to draw him.
If you look on some of them bike, they are bicycle, a good bicycle can run with some of them bike. They were them, you see them on them show, right? Them not a real bike, you know what I'm saying? I know when you're talking, I think of like a Ninja or a Hurricane or one or a Ducati.
I could play everything right. You got to a police motorcade. Police, you know have no helmet. You ride a bike, you move them. Remember when someone riding a one place and then take the bike from them. Them stop you and take your bike. But you have to a police motorcade and pay a flashing light, bike and car, and use zoot to drown them. And the Prime Minister, you know, and when you look at him when you just zoot, that means you go close to him. For you zoot, you're close to him. This is how Angel liar. Let me tell you what him do. Angel, listen. I don't know. Oh, we're going to save him, Matty, from the lies. We can't save him, you know, not for them to go to prison and thing, but me attack from lies. Oh, me can stop him from telling a lie. Matty.
How you know when the Prime Minister tell a lie? How you know?
But it's simply, you know. It's simply, you know. All right. Same like the barrel light. You ever hear anybody barrel light? So when him just when him tell a lie, different from looking for him, you know, him just come and just tell some lie where him does not listen himself. Him just wait when the crowd and him wake up a crowd and him just say anything come out of him out. So it's simple. Would that make no sense? The other day him call Wakanda, you know. Wakanda from 1966 what in a Fantastic Four. Cartoon. He might call the people them Jamaica cartoon and we are cartoon people, we not real people. But how does it mean? Wakanda. So after them come with Fantastic Four 1966, you can Google it. Then them come with Black Panther, same Wakanda. So them put now some start the Wakanda, them just look for some word and use. And all when them are these people, him they know some of these people. And him tell too much say better.
Well, like Vernon said, I say, how do you know when the Prime Minister is lying? When him open his mouth.
Simple.
Him open his mouth.
And the words of him mouth, man. When that makes sense, man.
And when you talk about when him say make commitments, well, him not fulfill him commitments, him or make other people have broke him commitments because remember from before them take power in 2016, you know, he must say, boy, diaspora can vote, he must work on something for them vote and for them come serve in the parliament. And 2 days ago, Minister Malawu Ford said, no, that can't work. If you know overseas want to serve in a parliament, you have to come live in a Jamaica for come serve in a parliament. But you don't think so, you not go have election and you send somebody come here. No, the person have to live here. And you know, right now the residency requirement is you have to be there for 6 months. Right? And you know what happened? By the time them come around to the election, they might change the rule. They might change the rule and say, no, you have to be there for about 2 years before. Can you see them do? They might change the rule for president. They say them change the rule for president and say you must live at Jamaica like 10 out of the last 15 years or something like that in order to qualify as president. We are going to find it, yeah.
Yeah, so tell me something then, Matty. So there's for money where we have to save the island. So what if we take 15 years to send a little money go along the end? The money where we have to take a 10 or 15 years, 10 out of the 15 years before we send a money go along there. Because them can balance themselves.
Me I go start, me not rev it up yet, but me I'll start the initiative to say no money in December, you know. No more. Send barrel and send the barrel in December and send the money for buy medicine and them things, send it in November. But for December, no send nothing and see what happens.
No man. You're right, brother. You're right. But Prime Minister, may I beg you please, just yesterday lighting them where you are. But you see when the man get across something, hear this Ratty. He did say the other day down the thing where him keep down in a mobile. I don't know about that, right? Because that's a Jamaican conference, not a diaspora. Because nobody never really did there, you know. You understand? Just put it up with the people them down there, right? So the Jamaican conference him keep that diaspora conference. We in a diaspora keep a diaspora conference, eh? See, and the truth that. See? So the little workers them over there, so where him have run him and them go down. And then pull it up back with the people them down there. So I never keep a diaspora conference.
Well, diaspora conference.
Yeah. So here him now, him a come from Washington. This is look on a liar again. I'm going to try to pick out the line and tell himself to stop it. He might come from Washington. And him said the plane full up. He must say, man, oh, plane full up. And him say, oh, at the diaspora conference. And then some people are passing right there and I say, Prime Minister, we want you to do this. Remember, you know, when you're going on a plane, you fly first class. You know see the plane full because you go in before them. First class going first. No, sir, Gavati. First class going last. So all you say, you see that the plane full. But you still the people them pass you. Most of the time, plane and go to Jamaica, them full. In always book. So you want to be in a diaspora. Oh, at the diaspora conference, the man could just stop do these things and tell lie. When
you know, so the second day, last week Monday, when Minister Kamina Johnson had the fear thing, all the place empty.
Because there are people them down there, them deal with the thing. You understand?
Yeah.
Man.
Just to make the people them know, Sita, for be a president, you know, them make sure say the diaspora no involved in that. Them say you must reside in a Jamaica for at least 10 out of the last 15 years. So them make sure say you know have me and you have no chance.
But I now watch it. That's him with Ratty. I'm not joking, you know. I'm not joking. So, yeah, man, you know, the country too much. By time for you go to prison. Yeah? You know, our time on earth, I never see no big boy go to prison yet, you know. Not even one. Not even one. Yeah, that's why I'm calling it Wakanda, because it's not a real place.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say now is that people in uptown and people of wealth and influence, them don't commit crimes. That's why you don't see them in a prison. That make any sense? That don't make no sense. No sense.
Yeah.
If I want a corruption charge, you can put down upon one of them up there. You know what I'm saying? So things are going up there, you know. Things are going up there. And in fact, people would tell you that the ground zero for criminal activity, you know, are uptown. People would tell us, so the crime thing them planning for bringing guns, for bringing this, for bringing that, up their plan because a poor man from downtown can't bring in a shipment. I'm gonna bring in a container.
Oh, Ratty. Oh.
I have no idea where I'm gonna get a container. Where am I getting money from?
I could accept that for the people. So you live in a ghetto and you know have no food to eat. Remember, container costs money, you know. You don't have no job. You don't have a bank account. You don't have nothing. You think, I'm gonna eat something, even buy a pound of flour. I can't even buy a chicken back. But yet still you carrying a container, and yet still carrying 25 million US worth of coke in a coke port. And then come back with 80 million US. All right, put it together. Over $16 billion worth of coke. And nobody get touched. You can't find two no little youth and get and tell me, say them that, you know. But the coke are there. I'm fact, maybe them change it out and change it in flour by no Ratty. And still sell.
Exactly.
Don't be tell them the truth. Don't be tell them the truth. Yeah, we'll drop the sledgehammer, you know. We'll drop the sledgehammer. We're not there.
And your version there, you know, Mr. Fitzbailey, in my next statement, you know, as a crime rate, I got down and Jamaica is a peaceful place and people can come and come live and this and that and that. And then I carry on with one thing at the diaspora conference. I mean, I said, people must help my man are dead with laugh. I said, where them find this money from, man? This money, we come down here for some serious discussion, not for jokes. And this sound like a comedy or what is, you know, that pure joke where they are gay. Because it can't be real. You're right, Wakanda, a fictional place.
Wakanda, a fictional, man. Not a real place. That could be a real place, brother. There is no way that will be a real place. You understand? No way at all. I Wakanda, man. I Wakanda, people. And I read the saying, not my word. Our Prime Minister Mira said that's my conference. The Jamaican conference. The man that jump up on anything and say anything. For Kaimwa, you know, if you have the imaginable fictional place in a Black Panther, because a Black Panther name, the Panther show come on the other day. You might think about it about Wakanda. Yes, he might take on a feed that in the real. He take up a cartoon too, you know. Because the first time a Stanley come up with a creation there, you know. Well, come up with Spider-Man and them thing there, you know. 1966. See? You never know the history, you know. So when the man run out and contact foolishness, we about him. But so you really take the people and say, Amikwashi and Joe. Stop it, man. Yes, what?
No, him lose credibility. Him lose all credibility to the people because time and time again, the people publicize the misrepresentations, the lies, the deflections. And somebody need to do a psychological study upon him because with all the things him about, him not supposed to sleep at night time. If him sleep at night time, the man is a sociopath. The man, him just know it not fears him, what do. But him can't be a real person. When I say real person, meaning have all the feelings and the empathy and the sympathy and the emotions and all them things about people, as he should, as a prime minister, and go sleep with all of them things that go on. No, man. Something wrong somewhere. Because if you really care about people and things like that, them things are not supposed to go. And look how long them are going to. And the likes of the man make a little. Oh, and the other thing too, tell me when was the last time you hear him come out and say, people, I made a mistake. This one I own this one. This one is mine. I made a mistake with this one. When was the last time you hear him come out and say make a mistake? Never. You know him come out. No, good that. If you come out, if Christopher Tufton come out, right? And them let out the thing that said them had it now over the ventilator then. And you let out that and then we are here now 2022. Remember, 2017 you have around 23 or 26 mothers die in childbirth, right? Mm-hmm. In 2022 we have 270 odd. When do? He not say nothing. Him don't. No, I think as a prime minister, you'd have come out, and you'd have said, no, it's unbearable. Number one, never be the way. Him big up Christopher Tufton and say, if I continue to do what I do, yes, still a Christopher Tufton make we have level 3 travel advisory. We'll mash up the economy even more. Him. But Ratty. Mm-hmm. Yes. So they the media house, including Big Mama, with Christopher Tufton, the green that poll. Him are the best performing minister. Yeah. Like guys. Where them get these things from? Up here, You remember me I tell you say the prime minister exhibit traits as a sociopath. Man, look at it and them say some of the traits are lack of empathy for others, using intelligence, charm, or charisma to manipulate others, not learning from mistakes or punishment, lying for personal gain. You're right, Chatty. You're right. Lying for personal gain. And the prime minister that we are talking about. No two way about it. The prime minister. And them same can't sleep. In the Huber, same can't sleep. I think about Rwanda. Them can't sleep. I think about Rwanda at night time. Well, yeah. Line for personal gain. Even with the bike look a while, when I listen that, the man I give us some helmet. Because remember, I for them kind of buying vote. And the man come and talk these things. But listen, withdraw that way you say out, brother. Don't listen what you say good. Because we see you in your motorcade or you move, nobody now get to go around your back and front and everything.
just withdraw that. You sit down in your motorcade, you sit down. I have to tell the driver, no, it make sense to run them down. And you just zoom, and then just pass you on a skate. Be a bike and skate, no helmet. And you have to say, God, just take them home. You, them police that alone, that stop them. Listen, they won't even get a chance to drive near you. You ride near you. You know better than that, brother. But you not stop it, man. And you, him just saying that him have to take them home. Remember, you know, these are the same prime minister say all the little boy out there with gun. Make me catch you now with it. Never know say him a police day, you know. Eh? Because you're the prime minister and supposed to catch them with gun or you are take one off of them. Police, you are the policing. Eh?
Look, here's the thing. When you have your question whether your prime minister is of sound mind, that's a bad time in the history of Jamaica. When you have your question that is he well? Is he all here? Is he suffering from some mental disorder? What is going on with him? Is he suffering from domestic issues, social issues, political issues, pressure from PSOJ? I mean, what is going on in his life for him to be acting this way? Because him certainly not act like a leader. Somebody asked about your good friend, you know. All of them are your friend, you know. Minister Morgan. Somebody said, we can't hear from him. We don't know what happened.
When they?
Yeah, them put him in charge of road works, I believe.
Eh?
Okay.
Okay.
You hear anything about him?
No, I mean, no. Oh, yeah, well, him did a bit of little, him did a open a film place. Him a bit a little thing and put two look. You want to the two look pipe him? Let me say, me draw it up and show you, you know, because him build two look, him build a little. Can't say give the people them some water, you know. So him put a little pipe, you know, just now.
Who that?
Maga. You want to see them? Let me show you them. Let me show you the pipe them stay. Him just give the people them water up in a moko.
Is a standpipe or assistant him give them?
No, I can show it, brother. I will show you it. Come I can show you when I'm ability, you know. I remember saying I have the eagle eye out there, you know, so you know, I pick him up. So go on there. Bug life. Let me show him assistant. Hold on. And it done too, you know. People, you know, look out a member of parliament are good people that him give the people them water. Let me show you this. Them give the people them water. See me? Huh? This is the water when him give the people them. Maybe just take it up. Maybe just take it up in the Can't see it done, yeah? You just build it generally because me that showing it bill, you know. Let me take it up and show the people them, give them water, man. So people don't want to have water now, you know. Bug life go no water, right? Let me just show that here. Can't run garden and can't eat neither, you know. So I'm give the people them water at it. So me could give them this. Water. Bug life. See water, yeah? That's too low, you know. Anyway, just build a couple days ago. I mean, sure before it built. Come have it before it built. See, look on the pipe. There's a bucket can hold under that because that's the be higher. Look at see pipe the people. Right there, people stand pipe. Bug life does build this. The man who even build this are not ignorant. And bug life, by the way, if you do this 1, 2, 3 block, it have higher than that, you know. It have higher than that. You can't, that don't make no sense. This can't make no sense. You saying? Yes. Saying? So these are like 3 block and it's less than 2 feet, you know. Because 3 block from here, so made piece tight under the ground. But 3 block, like you have to 8 inches. So 3 8 20, you see it? 3 8 24. So instead of 24 inches, 2 feet. See them have a chop out piece of the block there. So this step on the first block. This too low. A matter of fact, it low like a buckle. See that? Look how it low. Or you put a white bucket under this ratty. Look on this. Alright, so it's a buckle, you have a pull under it. See there? It can't with a white bucket. You see it? So you have to have something like this to go full. This is how I'm getting the people them does now. See that? But like what's that we open in business, eh? See that?
Well on there.
Yeah?
Our genius come up with the idea that we put them to
This a garbage. This a garbage. And let me show you out on the road. Let me show you, look. I'll show you it now, look.
This is a shoemaker. It's a shoemaker, Billy.
Why shoemaker? That'll be that shoemaker. No, with this. Watch out. Let me know, you know. Look here.
Frogs.
Right on the roadside, you know. Just look. I'll show you. I'll show you. Right on the roadside. See road there? So if you come there to come catch water, see there?
No, sir.
All right. Now make it then catch that. Let me move this.
Instead of getting water to the people in which them live, then bring it on the roadside, come here, right?
Yeah, see that on the roadside. Man. See
Put
that?
in the black tank where, you know, when heat lick that tank, you know, black and and start release certain chemical in the water. Pretty soon you're gonna hear people are born with all two sets of hands. Yeah?
See road they like that like a bus stop and things. So you depend. So them have water now. You know them place always have a little shop somewhere around there. So people that have water now can get. See them have them donkey there, you know. Alright. So we are sure bug life. Remember so we're there everywhere, you know. Eh? This makes sense, Cherati?
Can't make sense, man. That is not solving the water problem. That is like you address the symptoms and not the cause. You're supposed to, you promise the people them so now everybody are gonna have pipe water, right? In fact, them say 85%. I mean, I have the notes right there. I think them say 85% of the people them water. Let me see it. Them say 85. I think it's all right. Them said in that 2016, you know, 2016. Them said them are going to increase the water to rural homes, not street corner, homes from 60% to 85%. This was 2016. And 2024 is for them give.
Somebody just write me and say, this is the way them set them up. Everywhere people will use bucket to flush toilet. Them say everywhere, because them have water bank now, you know. And by the way, the MP them have water. This is the first time I see this Swati. MP have water truck. MP have water truck. And they have to get paid for it.
Yeah.
They have to get paid.
Missy say them have running water. I'm a wicked. But Missy, I know that them promise, Missy, them promise that you will have water in your residence. In your residence, them say increase water to rural homes that are roadside. And look at it now, the black tank. That are not the people with that thing about back in 2016. Them things that all them are going piped up, the water go piped into them yard. Them must get a black tank, and you know what got already. Them have, they have some. I believe them have some studies out where show the effect sunlight on them plastic tank there and out release chemicals in the water, you know. So
they're coming out to use the pipe and ratty. And now them just tell us that they asbestos to get cancerous and everything. And they used to use it back in the day from way back down. Come up to the 60s and 70s, and 80s, them start changing because they get cancer and all kind of things.
Hey, so Missy make a good point then. It's a law that all the dog them can go lick all the pipe.
Them are lick it.
Yeah. And all kind of animal go lick all the pipe, you know.
Yeah, them are lick it. So a germ, it's a bug like, remember my insect, you know. So him feel say it's a low that can deal with it. My insect. Or we have to lawsuit soon straighten him out. He might say.
It's 20 hours.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Then hold on there. You know what happened now?
Yeah.
Because it's the right to sell, right? Because it's the right on the roadside. We're gonna stop somebody now for pass through like 1 o'clock in the morning and thief the water and carry the water, go sell it somewhere else. We're gonna stop somebody from doing that.
We never know. I just threw the tank. I got heavy. You don't go that.
No. Drain it. Them not take the tank. Drain it.
That I've been spread. Don't know if I go drain it. I'll take you 2 days to. Number one, the people them can't get water for beer, you know. Because that the little pipe that should have 3/4 inch pipe or something. In the man put a little pipe so with a little pipe cap. For you full of buckle that take you half an hour. You know take you so long still. But I seen say if you go follow him, you have to go in this long line and sit down and fold all your hand and I wait. I bet you take a plane go New York and come back. A fool is the same doing now. That's a garbage. It's a garbage.
Lawrence, baby soon start born with teeth when them start drink the water.
well, a matter of fact, somebody send me something here. One more and show you to Ratty where it's very hurting. Him have a nephew in the hospital. No public. So Christopher Tufton, I'm athlete foot. We have to talk to you too because you're gone. You know, say she forget some of the responsibility too. No, athlete foot there. She was the number 2 in the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
So when the people them, when the woman them dead, the baby mother them are dead and all kind of little thing. She was there. No, she get the little girl, the little baby girl, who have the baby, and I laugh and I skin her teeth.
Your little gift, yeah.
And then them I try to polish it up. So I see a tough thing in that together, man. The whole of the bad things them are going to see and a tough thing alone.
But just so me answer that them people is like square pegs in a round hole. I try to fit the square peg in a round hole because they move her from health ministry now, which she have no experience, and they put her now over in the Ministry of National Security, where it's what's up.
It doesn't make sense. I have to show you something now. Let me show you something. So the bird junior, them say something like him name eye. Right? I'm going to show you this now. Something like him na him eye. Let me see when you can see this. And him did it from Wednesday, you know, people. From Wednesday, let me show you what I'm going with him now. Him have to buy the thing for operate pan him eye. And I know it not operate pan. Him buy it, you know. Now I show you, because when I say him buy it, you know, Tough Tongue, he come and tell me, say, no, I'm buy it, remember, say Tough Tongue, I do tabloid. And when I say him buy it, him get the, in a public, see that? I'm going to big it up more than you know, see that? You see where I'm getting it from? Look. And the Southeast Regional Health Authority, Kingston Public Hospital. And you can't see him date. So I'm going to show you, see the 21st is? And the 6th? Okay. See him get the thing for buy? Let me show him the now. Because them say them for operate, but if them not have nothing for him operate, so him have to buy it. And them tell him where for go buy it, and them friend place, see there? Premier Plaza. CTJ that or CTT, see there? Them and them friend place. It's a public hospital I run out. Him do trade work right here and something like a nail block off and stop him in the eye so them won't go bandage stuff, right? Look on this. This him never go buy people. You know, so I'm not doing it. When you can't see it good, them can't see it good. See them now? See them now there? When them for take evaporate pan him and see the other thing I want them for use. The solution, you can't see it. So them are operate pan the eye. Them are tell him say, them you can't see it good, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So them tell him say, if you operate from the eye, I'm draw this up more. Yes. If you operate from the eye, them tell him say him have to go out, him have to go send and go buy them. Because them not have nothing to operate from it. Them not have nothing to operate from the eye. No, him go buy them from when? From Wednesday, this, you know. It's a piece of nail or something shot Like him lick it and he shot and lick him in the eye. So them fi operate, them don't know if him blind or white, you know. Them just cover it up and from Wednesday to the Sunday, Kingston Public Hospital take care of people them, no man. Careful like this tomorrow be a blast, you know. So him go buy them, him get them buy it and carry go. Them must say them not have him for go buy something else, some sterile thing again. Them must say them go buy something else. Cause them not have none. Then them say the operating thing, them not have it. They might operate pan him pan the same bed where him there. Me not understand this, you know. At this one, Andrew, this promise of people, they might do to them better. Christopher tough tongue, what you do? Eh? Them not have nothing. Them have no medication there. But yes, all them spend the most money in the history of Jamaica on these things and nothing at all another day. You got it?
No, it's look, it's all a scam because first of all, if you see careful go down if can go KPH, you might have to wait 2 days before you see a doctor. This is not talking about taking care of issues, just for consult with a doctor. It might take you 2 days. And then if the doctor say, okay, we need to do surgery and this and that. And you have to buy some of the supplies, you know. Because they have no supplies. You have to buy the supplies. My brother did about eye surgery. And a group of we have to send some money go help him out because them tell him, say, no, we're not provided with supplies. We just provide you with the technical with the medical expertise. But for the this and the that and the gauze and the blah 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 blah, you have to buy it. Now a friend whose mother had surgery and needed some pins, she have to send come to America to try buy the pins them because them not getting at the hospital. And yet still so much money spent in the healthcare sector. And everybody asks, and you know, but I'm gonna tell you about our people in Jamaica, them need to rise up, man. Them need to start talking, man. Them need to come out and make them voices be heard. You know, them can't just sit down and make them things happen because if you sit down and not say nothing, more things are gonna happen. Because what happens if you don't object, people feel like, okay, fine, then can they Canada step with you. And them keep taking steps with you. And before you know it, you know, them just run over you. You can't complain. It's gone too far. So we have to start. No, man. No is the time.
This bad. This bad. He said the man uncle just talked to me earlier and I have to know about this damn thing I can't write. And then we talk to Christopher Tough Tongue. No, me are the best. And then the radio station then. Boy, you come about vote and about them say him are the best performing in PR. The man do marketing. Google him and look when do. In the marketing. In the business and marketing. So him know about the PR. In the PR. Oh, Ratty. Me don't want to miss this. Me I go back and I show the people them. People me I show you today, yeah? Where all them people here, the first time I interview Mark Gold in like 1 year and 3 months in them 10 years as leader of the opposition. Remember the pandemic and everything. I make a sure say them people are trouble me, you know. Can me tell them, say listen me, when me start, me not stop, you know. Yeah man, them talk about rolling car for the building and rolling car for less than me. Say, I remember me have elephant memory. Me not stop. Ratty, let me show you something, Ratty. Ratty, me have to remind them this. Look here. Me I run through this, right? And this is how when you not agree with them people, them attack you. This is when them attack me in a Ratty. Me I show you itself and remind you, look here. Yeah. Look here. I have to show you this, Ratty. And you have to see the name come up and look on the date and the time. And so me remind you of this. That's why everybody in trouble. Because some guy in trouble, Ratty. Well, we are married, man, and you must follow no black widow. So you're good. When you have some black widow on the plate, you don't follow black widow, man. Black widow, when black widow mourn, nobody follow no black widow. You understand? Especially when their husband gone, you allow them. Make them stay with them there. See? All right. What? Let me show you something else. Look here. Look here. Let me show you how them get trouble, you know. Me know how trouble them. And look on the time of these people. Remember just showing you this. Look here. One never not see this good enough. See the time they say I would do it there. You can't see good Ratty.
No, was it Wales?
I'm open it that you can't see.
Oh, when known to me just another PNP puppet. Let's face it, you have 140,000 subscribers were running against the PNP, and your record is spreading. Chopper John West drop the ball. Sir. Okay.
And say, you're right, only too comfortable. Look on the day of Ratty, February the 14th, 2022. And no, but see them put me there in this and put a head for me, you know. After this, me get me collect for. You saw them disrespectful. Then see Peter Bunting there too, you know. We don't know where we're going. This is how them attack me, you know. But remember them attack me, you know. And them don't know it's the wrong man them attack. See it, look here. A daytime can blade that them put on this. So see my head there, you know, you see it? I wonder if you see it, good Ratty. Look here. See me there, you know. I mean this, you know. See them, them put, see them. Let me just try it up. Because this is what them put with me. Right? You can't see it, you see it, Ratty? The next cross is not thumping on my face. Look here. Stop. Look on the crosses. Then put it on the body here. Eh?
What that?
The crosses. That's the same one where they turn sue and forgot pay much money. They just charge her 20 million US. And so now I get 15 years to man. Now look what them do with me, you know. I mean them say them around put in a me, you know. They renegade. So them put Mark up here and put here so. Remember, you know, me got interview Mark. Remember, you know, see the time there, you know. But this are all the millions, that's what I around put them in a brother. Because them not understand they can't play with volcano. Me are the wrong smarty, me not play people. Me not play people when me start, me not done. Me are the wrong smarty brother. See, yes.
I don't know her.
And the class is that. So them now, Chopper John, them might say, Chopper John, you drop the ball. And them might say, me have one. No, me have over 200,000 subscribers. When I said that, no, then. Okay. So them might say, have that and rhetoric and drop ball and attack me. That's why I have to cover them Ratty. Because for them thing is, you know, you see like how you have them send a Black Widow now to come molest you. You know, play that with them mind, you know. Because Black Widow, when Black Widow is ready, them come on. So me know this is not answer. You're more diplomatic, you know, you're not them foolishness there. Saying, so when a business boss on widow. You understand? We not cater. We not cater for widow. Yeah? So when them do them, take my head and put on something around there, so. With me head. And I say, I'm going to look Mark Golden up there. After me do an interview, Ratty. See? Me do an interview. And me ask Mark Golden, but you know, come on, run down the CV and everything. Then pick it up on them head. So crosses run out, and I have to tell crosses go shave off for a teeth, them don't play with me. So this is how them do with gloves. Let me tell you, no queer fish or nothing couldn't put no paw nowhere near my face. Them the papa. You understand? So that not even make no sense. So them run go do cartoon or take me and put pan things, so them attack me. And you, when you turn out millions of the wrong, somebody turn out millions, listen, me not start yet, you know. You're very out order, man. You and your minions. Them very out order, brother. See? And that is 2 years and a couple months ago. Yeah, because February, look now, Mark turned the leader of the opposition 2020, but I think in November. So November 2021, 1 year, and by February, 1 year and 3 months. Nobody never know Mark and them things. So me interview him. You understand? So them just see say, if you attack him, attack him. And them come and attack me. But that not bother me because I remember said when them attack me, you know, truth comes one way, but tell me one now. Me I really get her, you know. No, me not build up get up, you know. No, sir. And I love them thing, you know. But them never know them are deal with that expert who live in the wilderness. So no care them come and say that, say, hey, we have expert on this on IT, una punk. Media, long time we in it. So me alone just sit down and everything and I watch him and I say, look there, watch out. Look come here, I destroy the whole of them and I expose the whole of them piece of shit here. One big bungalow shit. Me no know who them around put. Who no listen. At the wrong smart this, who shouldn't even think of to even do that. Come just ask Andrew, and then me have to listen, I have to hold you accountable, brother. Them are where you have grown you. So when them can't do them try to intimidate or them send out Black Widow. Not work. Come on over on husband. Not working. You understand? Not work. So them send out all kind of people. Listen, you see my crowd, nobody not coming in my crowd. I mean, I hide and talk, you know. You notice me, I hide and talk. I'm the 40 years I don't too. So any plan, remember me done. So when you can have a plan, I mean, I have nothing. Because I have yes. I mean, I don't sit down and fold me hand. I mean, expect the unexpected too, by the way. So they always yes, man. I think like how US think, you know. The US never think smart as a country. And Soviet Union not think them long time before them mash up, man, and all kind of things, man. Now play with me, man. See? So you see all I want to piano with mash up when I run up and down. So when I say now, Wayne Lonesome and Will Rattigan determined to bring down, to remove the Prime Minister. A principal want to send some people go. Me don't know about Ratty. Ratty want to send people go to prison too. You can't stand it. Yeah, man. So when they can't make me talk about, we don't know about Ratty. Ratty, you know, tell Ratty, where do you want to send them to church?
You want to send them go church, want to send them go school. As long as they're behind the prison wall. Well, that's all.
Yeah, man. No, man, I run through my thing, Ratty. I will run through my thing to them, I have to laugh, and I say, look at them people that come trouble me, man. Look at me there, when me there, and the people that want to come trouble me, say, yo, we get rid of him. And them say, Chopper John drop the ball. Chopper John, a real chopper, you know. From out in a mobile. Power with Ehan Clark. See? Ehan. You know Ehan Clark, Ratty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Power with Ehan Clark. See? I run out wicked pan the man in the wilderness. Nah, man, the more on the bungalow up, man. Me I know. Me never started, you know. Me have a fight. Me not started. Me never, you know, see the tip of the iceberg yet. But me have some file, let me drop it. You see all your bird in the Agintai. In tear down the place and no come back. No, me have some file, let me drop it and them run and no come back, you know. They make them stay there, man. You see? Can hear this now? For them thing is say, them think them did have the world where the land, where the landscape lock. So can them take some priority now to, you know, like them think Ratty are 4 leg, you know. That's that kind of thing. Then send out a Black Widow priority. Mourning widow. It's bad. Then send out mourning widow. I know mourning widow with what they call it, PSD. When I call it PSD, when you have some widow with PSD, it's bad, you know. Yeah, man. But when they start texting, you know, I appreciate them, you know. Eh? Eh, Ratty?
Oh, man, no, yeah. Let them go on, man. Me all right. Me all right, man. Let them go make this for me. Let me make this for me head top, man. But that's good. Them for me. That's all right, man. That's okay. Well, I know you said you remember a minister named Robert Morgan, right? And remember me that going with the same thing, and I talk to him as a brother. I said, look, listen, you need to stop the foolishness, you know. And he never listen. And then after a while, I said, look, I just want to thank you for giving us some information about the government, and you're doing a great job. And nobody have to know where I talk. Just continue doing what you do. Because what means that him say some things, and when him say some things, it kind of reveal some kind of strategy. I don't remember. I have to go back and look. But you know the funny thing about it, him come out, you know. If you remember, I wish you could have find that tape they give me. Him come out like, remember you never hear from him for a while. And then him come out and do the regular post cabinet briefing on Tuesdays. And a lady asked him a question. And the question was in the vein of, well, you're the Minister of Information, you know, you're supposed to know these things or not. And him come out and say, no, I'm not the Minister of Information. He said the Prime Minister is the Minister of Information.
Yes.
So if you can't find that brethren and send it to me, say, no, me do. The day after me hear it, you know, right, we send out one ATI to the office of the Prime Minister. I say, listen, Minister Morgan just said the Prime Minister is a Minister of Information. I don't know where him get that title from, because I would like to know whether it's from the Constitution, whether it's from some law or some regulation. But I would like to know, when did this Prime Minister become the Minister of Information, and is he getting a salary for that as well? So them write me back and give me a whole heap of information. And them said, no. Basically, them said, no, he have information within portfolio, but he is not the Minister of Information. 2 weeks later, them say them I move Minister Morgan to deal with works. So I don't know. So me can't get no more information no time, you know. And them kind of information them used to give me. Them used to talk out things. And now me can't hear. Me know you're not more from him. So me I wonder if you hear from him or hear from people from around him.
No man, when I move, so you all right. If you want to see him, me not make nobody chat to him, but I got video him and show you. You want to see him? I'm going to show you my creeping at the place, all right? No, when I go to that now, you know, I'm going to hide, you know, because when my eagle fly, you know, but video anything, you know. Yeah, man, because my eagle have a camera there, shy. I can't stay there and watch them, you know, what I when they move.
Let me just say that, you know, then if you notice, there's a whole heap of lawsuit that go down a file now, you know. You're the first man for file one, right?
Yes.
Then me file one. And then me file 2. And then now me say where Mark Golden file 1.
Yeah.
Dick Campbell just get the one when him file, him just get a judgment on it. And people, there is somebody when me have me eye on, you know. And wanna stay tuned, because another one I go file real soon. But me not say nothing, because the person talk, and me no say nothing. And the person crossed the line now, because I'm a liar. Them send me a clip and said, him cross the line now. No, you can't drop your lawsuit. I'm say, no man, no drop it yet. Make them go and talk, because you see, when you don't say nothing in a rush off, them take step with you and them take liberty and them feel more at ease for set things like, you know, them not gonna say certain things, or things that when you say about me, them not gonna take no chance and say it with you. But we just make them go and talk, because all them do is just you lure them in, you know, them coming on the spider web, and them come straight to the center, and then there's no way for them to go. Well, this person they're right at the center right now, so no stay tuned, you know, something not gonna drop real soon.
You might have to drop it, man. That's what I tell them, man. You know, sometimes them too enough, because our aim is to make a better place in Jamaica, and to make Jamaica a better place, and we're there for the poor and needy. We have rich friends, but we're not there for the rich and greedy. Yeah, we add other thing to it and greedy. You can't make your thing and you're good and everybody good. But when you're rich and greedy and then stepping at the neck of the poor and needy, it's bad. We have said it must happen. It must happen. See? And then, you know, you can't have people come out and do them thing. And people, let me tell you this, Andrew, Holness. You can't have no insect, no animal, no chink, no fly, nothing, no black widow, no. Listen, make them just keep out of people here, man. We have some serious people, you know. We have to do something or some serious thing, we have to, you know. We not take check, we not take talk, not taking no talk. Them can't trick themselves, we not trick ourselves. You understand? When you cannot talk the truth, look at now, look how much people there. And you know, patriotic, you know, when you talk about patriotism, right? Patriotism. When you think about 23 or 26 mothers die per 100,000 at 2017, and then 2022, we not hear about it. Never hear about it, none at all. And that Christopher Tufton and Athlete Foot and watch 270 odd mothers. That it's alarming. But you never hear nothing at all. Not what can you imagine two, you know much enough of them mothers they have kids before and them thing they know, you can imagine. How much youth that grow up now half. And how much dead before, how much dead in 2018, 19, 20, 21, even 23 and 24. The hospital them now run. So right now we have more death than gunshot in the country because of Christopher Tufton mismanagement at healthcare. Him an Athlete Foot. And then when you do, you compliment her and you put her gun over the Ministry of National Security. What kind of use she have over there, sir? Because she have an amount now, you know. No man, what kind of use she have over there?
Listen, she don't have no experience. She don't have no experience. And then you have somebody who will lead the ministry who don't have no experience either. So no wonder when them things happen, I can remember now the police, them come up with policy, right? The minister and the junior minister. And it is the job of the police commissioner to execute. Not execute people, but to execute the ideas.
Yes.
Yeah, make the ideas have come to fruition. And so if you have people who don't understand that, this is why it's so important that you have the right people in the right places, you know. National security, if you don't have the right people, people with experience, the people with intelligence and foresight, right? And people and with humility, if you don't have the people in the right place, how will they formulate policy then to give to the worker bees then, like the police commissioner, to execute that? How? I know what some people going to say. Well, them have them advisors. Yeah, but when the advisors give them advice, how will they be able to parse through the information and say, no advisor, you're wrong, because the advisors them not right all the time. But if so, you need somebody with some idea, some sense of what's going on, so that when the so-called technocrats, the experts, bring the policy to them can go through it and say, no, this don't make no sense. We need to change this, and here is the goal I want to achieve, and the way you've set it out. This procedure will not result in the achievement of my goal. You need people with knowledge. That's why you have problems in the health sector, because you have a man who's there in marketing, and so him can't formulate medical policies. That's why the U.S. government. But watch out now. You see how stupid this thing is. Them claims that I'm one of the best performing ministers, and yet the U.S. government said, "Fee ministry is at the ministry why we are tell people don't go." The two ministries, them two, the two ministries, them Minister of National Security for Crime and Minister of Health, them said, look, them two are now function properly. So we don't need enough to go. You believe that? You believe that? The US government pointed it out. So we don't understand how people don't understand them thing. So three of the most important ministries in Jamaica, health, education, and national security. Them are three top priority ministries. And now we are talking about two. We are talking about health and national security. And they are run by incompetence. And the US government, when them put out them threat advisory, right? Them say it's based on, it was primarily health, but it also have national security in it as well, issues. And then you look back and say, well, who are run them agencies, who are run them ministries here? And when you look back who are run the ministries, you realize they're incompetent. There's some other choice words I want to use, but I don't really want to use them. But there's some choice words, but it's no, but people, I hope and I can understand how we are saying. You have a marketing person running the Ministry of Health and Wellness. I don't know who is the junior minister now, but the junior minister used to be an athlete. you have the Ministry of National Security run by a medical doctor, and the junior minister is an athlete. How do you get policies created? How do they create? Because remember now, you know, they are supposed to be the policy wonks. They are the ones who are supposed to set the policy and pass it down now to the permanent secretaries and others and say, listen, make this thing happen. So tell me now, how is the police commissioner now? First of all, him no experience either, right? Him no have no clue what going. So think about it.
I Google too.
Not
two, you know.
So
Google.
think about it. Think about it. You have a medical doctor, and an athlete setting policy for an inexperienced and incompetent police commissioner to deal it and make it happen. You know, it's a disaster. That recipe, the bound for failure, you know.
Of course.
That is a recipe for failure. That is a recipe for failure. And so even though you have some policy ones who them claim, say, oh, them have them advisors. The advisors come to them. How them go through what the advisors are give them and say, no, this makes sense. No, that don't make sense. No, let's do it this way and whatnot. How them go do that and them not have no knowledge, no experience, nothing at all as far as national security? How will they do it? People are hoping to understand and can critically think through these issues, you know, and understand that, listen, the people who are run the country, them don't even know how to run a plate of food. Them don't even know. them don't know. Them just don't know. And then you have a prime minister who, remember now, and them get up and take over the job, you know, it's him appoint them. So what that's about him? What that's about him? Him appoint them. And guess and look and see what happened. Every time him have to travel or him have to do some high level meeting or blah blah blah, you don't see the Minister of National Security with him. Him at the Prime Minister, the one who advance the whatever ideas them have or whatever protocols or theories or initiatives. Him are the one you see I try advance them, and him himself don't know. And I maintain that if you don't want to see how incompetent these people are, and we know them I watch the powers that be, line them up. We could go in our room and you line up all of them on one side of the table. Line up the minister, the junior minister, the police commissioner, the high command. And if you don't want back up, get the previous police commissioners them and all of the high command. Get about 50 of them and put them across the table from me. Me will sit down on the other side of the table. And now we are going to discuss national security issues. In Jamaica, we are talking how to come up with a plan to deal with the national security issues in Jamaica. And I guarantee you, people, me going to beat them street and lane, because when me forget since me retire, it's more than when them accumulate to combine throughout them entire career. Them just look. It's like you're gonna say, well, boy, it's like you're gonna take Messi and put Messi for go play football with some primary schoolers. You know what I'm saying? It's no fear. No.
But me like your idea, you know. Me like you get up around 50 of them, and then we have one of them. We have a plane a wait and a helicopter, and then we get the jeep now for us grab them and
grab all of them.
And then and then we just scare them back and go try them.
So but them not come because them knows now say we'll probably allure them. Especially if we say we have the meeting in America. They must say no, we're not going away. People wait for we outside.
You know something about advisor. Me not trust them advisor neither, you know. Tell me something now. You'd have a man in the education minister, because it's very important that you talk about it, right? You have a man, the one over Port Royal lesson, over this, yeah? What him name? Him the charge with world greed. But him the name again? Him did that one, man.
You're in charge of the CMU. The
Yes.
one in charge of senior.
Alright,
Remember
him.
him?
Okay. So look on an advisor now. When him Otney Lawrence. So and I get over 5 million per year for us get the seat. So you know we're gonna know the fees, Ratty. That's how you say Professor what him name. So Otney Lawrence and name Pinnock. So fix Pinnock now. Otney Lawrence are gonna be film advisor. Where am I gonna advise him say? You have to be careful of the advisor what them I use. If a man know the seas and him know and adapt him train for that him do for much decades. Or you give him an advisor when I know not maybe can ever swim. It make any sense to you, Ratty?
Nah.
Eh?
Nah. No make.
You see the picture go back way. You have to give a man if a man be an advisor, he must have some expertise in something. In a way, I'm going to advise about.
Correct.
That's why you have bureaucrats. See, because when you change up politician, you know, you have these people who, you know, can advise the each of them kind of people that are coming in office and say, that's what them are permanent secretary. Them supposed to be knowledgeable, not cook, you know, because you have some cook one day where them are touch up money too, you know. Couple of them gone. Them supposed to be very knowledgeable in what them doing. Okay? Yes. So when a new prime minister come in or a new minister come in, then you are said that and them supposed to watch the purse. All the money are go right. Them are cook too. Because a man can't move anytime, you know, but it's supposed to be, we call it now, Ratty. It's supposed to be a protective layer for protect our purse and make sure the ministry run right. So the permanent secretary is supposed to have some knowledge of what going on there. See? But then none. No, most of them are going, like they move the original permanent secretary and put in some pockets. So the country run by pirates, buccaneers, some buccaneers. You see, Tratty? Oh, you have a man like Pinnock with how much years of experience on the sea. Real man on the sea that in a maritime man, you know. And you take a guy who maybe can't swim in a bath pan and turn him name advisor. No, but it's serious. Something else about this more than laughable to backside. Because I'm here chopping a guan. Yes, Tratty. Yeah, man.
You know, this is hit the nail right upon the head. The permanent secretaries, right? They are the ones with the day-to-day knowledge of what's going on in the ministry. Because, like it's a permanent secretary, so them did it for a while, right? And them stay beyond the administration because them supposed to be like, I mean, yeah, everybody assume them have a party them vote for, but them not change them because a different party are run the government. Them did it, right? And so ministers come and go, but permanent secretaries, them stay there. So them know where going on every day. So you're absolutely correct that when money missing, you have to hold them responsible too. Because remember now, you know, the argument the minister will probably make, unless you catch him like allegedly, them catch Mr. Royal Reid, right? Unless you catch him allegedly like that, them all said, no, we not in charge of, I just in charge of policy. I'm not in charge of the finances. I'm in charge of policy. The permanent secretary is the one who makes sure everything runs smoothly. That is the person. So if you have a permanent secretary who doesn't know what is going on, and you have a junior minister who doesn't know what is going on, and you have a minister that doesn't know what's going on, then it stands to reason that that ministry is going to fail. It is going to fail. Because where is the plan? Where is the action? And you know what? Would I like to say the athlete? Would I like to say the athlete draft up a crime plan? Something to do with crime, anything, a crime initiative. Would I like to say the athlete draft up something?
The athlete and draft foot. Ungo foot she can draft. Athlete, you know, Sugar can draft foot. What kind of crime plan she could have draft? But no, just think about a crime plan. The man just put out a video and the amount of lies she telling in the video. So them a build some more pen down there. So I remember, you know, if everyone said jail, prison, all in the area, all these things it take away your liberty when you get locked up and like you're free for walk or do anything. You're behind a cage like bird. See? Yes. And you might have spent 6 months in it. Because don't some people spend them time in the state, in the county jail. Them get a 6 months or a year and them spend them time in the county. Because we call one of them without take prison because and like you get no better treatment. Them are hold you off there. See? So when Chavi say, no, he's not no prison. Oh, he's a lockup. So the one of them, oh, so the prison open, so the prison lock and the jail open. I used to a party night. I can't go back in them. Eh?
You know, one of the things.
Yes.
One of the things I'm saying now. One of the things I'm say happen frequently. It happen frequently in Africa. See it happen frequently there, and see it happen in Jamaica a lot. And it's this. Nobody no take blame for nothing, you know. Nobody no take the blame. Them just said no, no, I don't know nothing about it. And when them supposed to know, them say I don't know nothing about it, and people just live with it. People just say, okay, fine, him don't know. And I said, but he's supposed to know. That's why I'm in that position there. Him supposed to know so him can take care of whatever the problem is. And so Lachlan right in the sense that it comes back to the minister, because what happened, even though the permanent secretary is responsible for making sure that everything is done, that's been approved by the minister, and then the minister is surrounded by advisors, it comes back to the buck stops with the minister.
Yes.
That's the person who's ultimately responsible. Have you seen? Oh, in fact, what we've seen is the opposite. Because I remember being on your program a while back now when you brought on Minister Tuff, and we were asking him about the things that were going on in the ministry and so on and so forth. And he refused to take blame. And I listened to him on the radio one time, a talk on Nationwide, and he refused to take blame. He blamed everybody but himself. He blamed the hospital administrator, he blamed the regional hospital administrator. He blamed the visitors. I think him blame. When them ask him about toilet paper and soap and them things, right? Yes. Him blame everybody. Him supposed to own that and say, listen, it's my ministry, right? Yes. And I'm failing at that, and I'm going to do a better job, and then get out and do things. Because hear him excuse, him can't be everywhere all the time. That not fly. Them just said, look, as the ministry has problems, and here's where we want to see now as a people. We want to see a minister who's everywhere all the time until the problem is solved. That is what we want to see, or at least try. You see, no. I'm supposed to visit the hospitals and make sure. What I'm supposed to do? Let me give him a little piece of advice, Mr. Tufta, and this go for the police commissioner too. What you do is this: you have a constituency. Your constituency is all of Jamaica, right? You have a whole heap of clinics and hospitals to take care of. What you need to do is come out of your office and do spot checks. Just come out and just drive and say, boy, I'm going to Sablamar. Surprise visit. And let me see where I'm going for myself. No make nobody know say you come. You just get out of your office and just say to the driver, here what, where I go over here, so. And you just go and you see what I go on for yourself, and then you deal with the thing. Even if, just that alone, people will look on it and say, well, in my try. But you see, instead of I do that, you see what I do? I ride bicycle on Sunday. You see what I do?
Tell them say I ride bicycle on Sunday. Tell them. Let me ask you a question. Let me just ask him, because you say I ride bicycle on Sunday. Dr. Tufton, did you ride any bicycle on the Sunday, that fatal Sunday? You want any woman where you talk to, did have any altercation? Do man never face you front way, use right hand and you use right hand. So your right hand to that the person where you face left hand, right? Yes. And share the same thing. You ever raise the hand to go slap that person, and that person them not take a lick and conk you and you raise your hand and it hook it and conk in your chink? Eh? So if you come and tell me, you have to answer a question, you know, because I ask you. You put on a plaster like Boise. You know, Boise, just mama fall, late mama fall. And you go take it off a couple of days after I give a speech, you know, so your face shine, not even a scratch of a mark in your face. So if you ride on a bicycle, remember that's something to you. I talk about in a reality check, right? You ride on a bicycle, but even if you're from back way, I can't really care because we are dealing with gravity now. If you come down the carry speed, me I see you. That means me definitely me ride on your same man. And me take you so zoom. If me take you from under your bicycle, where you think you drop?
You come back away, yeah. Yeah, you come back, so.
Because of gravity, because me I lick you and me I go forward. So you go drop in my windshield, I drop on the back bonnet. So, but me not see them damage either. And then use a man will like take picture of everything. But there are some foreign place and everything. Why them not take the picture of the bicycle and show? Remember, you know, man I like get eliminated and when you look ball catch him, police kill him, or put him figure lie down and shoot him. But you know not catch nothing. And then where's the security details, by the way? So if you've not ride bicycle, remember your ministry and national everything. You'd have a security details behind you or something in front of you. There's a car to come just take you off or could I get you there like that? And then your back no mash up or something, the kind of lick where you get also or nothing else. I just the conk and the foot or something. We just ask. Because then everybody's stupid, you know. We got here FBI for nearly 30, around 30 years. Special agent. I mean a special agent too, but me know you don't know. Zane? You don't know, you know, so yes, can I take a lead at you, you know, the win. We are beat them, yeah? Yes. So you feel you could have really tell me somebody look careful. And then even if you don't depend on the other hand, that means a man that come out a shift out a female lane and come knock them, that get totally wrong. And then you end up in the place, fly all over the top and beat cover mash up. But we don't see them scraping there, nothing at all like that. You ride a bicycle by yourself and drop off like that, you know, you see about helmet. You don't get no scrape, no face, nowhere else on this, yes alone. You know, people get knocked off a bicycle and they don't go block the little part or some and crack it. And crack in your lip like, you know. Jane. So give us some answer for your thing, no, man. Give us some answer. And then you get bad. Because we don't have money. We don't have money. But no people are suffer better. No people are suffer.
Which part of the accident happened? Which part of the accident happened?
Some up but them say go and feel. Anyway, up that's the way it happened. But them say it happened. People are sick, people are uptown, you know, people have camera and everything. More, but sometimes behind wall, you can't see behind wall because through wall tall and you know, you understand? So you don't see behind wall. But if you're outside on the road, people are not no care what. Can you imagine? It's so lucky that him alone a ride, and it's just lucky that him pick who knock him off, and him just lucky that nobody not see so maybe tap na Cuba. Can you ask me that maybe some bush and some back road at Cuba? And then them drive, can them go West Indies, University of the West Indies. That no makes sense. It don't make sense. But tell me what, through the eagle know doctors and know people other people. The eagle know better than that, you know. But me say no, the eagle have an eye, that it. The eagle coming like a satellite, you know. When the eagle it can reach the plate.
Hold on. You tell me say the eagle better than Jamaica eye.
Jamaica have no eye. Jamaica eye blind man. Jamaica Enos. Jamaica Enos. Jamaica eye them Juko Jamaica eye man. You never know. Yeah man.
Then the other thing too, you know. The other thing too, you realize how quick him get a bed and get medical treatment. And you have people who wait 2 days to see a doctor with more serious injuries than where him have.
Oh, serious, of course. Yes, man. Yes, man.
And him get a bed and him did take picture and them.
Oh, you drop on a bandit or drop in a something and you that's stay. Because you know, so when I did them, I got show him when I can't take a big, I got show him because I like show me the expert. I got show him because it is there, I can show him. So if a man even bounce, even side me and bounce, so zoom. And you drop off, bloom, you drop. Listen, your hand got scrape. Yeah, listen, now kind of things that happen to you. Even if you drop outside way upon somewhere. Eh? You notice how them kill that. And don't go that alone. You remember at the same time them come up with the parliament and you have a guy up in the commissioner office named Catches Bully. Him in charge of crime. DCP crime. Yes, Catches Bully in charge of crime. Yes. See? Them guy there, them dangerous. Dangerous. Green down up. Very dangerous. I know you have to just start call clubs as is, you know. Kind now do not work, you know. And then if you go and protect and doing foolishness. And we have to stop. Them say no, man come with Molotov. A man fling Molotov. Listen, the man run inside and them have one of them like the spray pan. You know where I'm going with that dance? Them don't know, you know. After it come out. So when you have the light and spray, can go over and let him run. Now them have the Prime Minister wife go turn herself in a jackass and say the man never enter in the building, which a lie. Inside it's a little plastic buckle. Molotov not built with plastic buckle. Molotov built with glass buckle is a buckle boom. Is a reason why, because when it have the gas in it or what have you, when it leak, if it touch the door, remember the gas in it soak it and then it light it. So it can burn it off. Come as long a wooden thing and them thing. Even if it touch concrete, fire got depend it for a time because the gas have a burn out. Because you understand? Flammable.
Buckle, plastic no make good Molotov because the buckle have a broke.
It have a broke.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
that's why them do it.
Yeah.
But Coach's Bully forgot that too. We tell him say, you know, when you have agents on here, you don't play the agents on here, you know. Remember Aaron around here, you know. I will have the place. We got teaching us something to stop the foolishness. Then the video not part. Remember we deal with this too, you know, when you look, the guy around, when you look, they move it, and then they run in the screen, in the pan, and then they move it up and then run again and go up the road. They might come from down the road, really, I walk. Now, if they even look back at him, you know, because them tell him what to do. No, you're on a mission. You are going to look over your shoulder and more bummy and, you know, you're going to have the journaling and rush and all kind of things. Him just calm. Then him go inside and count 30 odd seconds. Then I know some count it, you know. But she said no go inside. When you look now, the video where them stand up and do, you know, them Anna shake, you know, and them as a CCTV footage. They're not no sense. Eh?
But you see what me I talk about when I tell you, say to you, say we have the 9-day wonder going. How many media outlets are follow up on this? Because look, that is domestic terrorism, you know. That is domestic terrorism. That to me. That is attempted insurrection. When I try burn down government building, the seat of government too, right?
Yes.
And that's all of the parliamentarians and meet for the meetings. And tell me one media outlet just a follow up, or what have the police done to calm the fears of the politicians as well as the people to say, yeah, we're on this case, we've arrested somebody. I tell you what, even if them did see the man, them still don't know, them still not arrest him. Them still not gonna arrest him.
So them gonna see the man right when it organized by Catches Bully and Big Mama there. Happy them foolish, them do it with Granite Subaru. And then make a big thing out of it and when you meet us and buy me do somebody just come and me just show them say it can't happen. Can you imagine a car there yasso? People the car there yasso. And me the right after, you know. And me I shoot a car and it took me out of the gate, you know, but they chat to be cashier because I be a metal in the gate. So he couldn't just stay from outside and just boom boom in that shoot himself. Because they get the bar them not wide enough, you know. So you know, and shoot off a car, not shoot off anybody, you know. And when you look now, the bullet come in, 3 bullets them say, you know. And one just got in at the window, in at the mirror, you know, in at the glass, in at the windshield. Take it out, crumble it up, and also shot going, you know, and drop it in front of the car. In front. Just take it and crumble it up, so. And drop them fully off fat. A Catches Bully and Big Mama set up these things. And then run with it and me I say, but it don't make no sense.
Listen, yes. them should have hold our brother there already. The man who go inside of the place and come out and then you see the flame over him head. Them should have hold a man there already. The second, yes, sis.
Greetings to the best brothers in the world. Hey, Win, Where?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Rattigan come back from foreign. Rattigan went to people them diaspora conference and just come back from foreign.
Yes.
So listen, we have to treat him with kid's glove because he is the diaspora conference leader. Okay. So
Where the last night?
my brother, I was foreign.
I'm not going to him going on.
Listen, I had a rough week, I had a rough work week, and last night was, hectic and thing. But I tried to watch a little here and there, and let me see, I saw some of Peter Bunting, but I really didn't get to see much. But it was a good programs, I have to say, really good programs. But of the week, my best one, Dr. Taylor.
Oh, the first one.
Man, Dr. Taylor. Oh gosh, yeah, that takes the cake. Yeah, oh gosh. You cannot you don't walk away and not keep thinking about how Jamaicans lost their right to beaches. You know what I'm saying? Their access to beaches. That will stay with one forever. And anybody who watch that, especially in the government, and don't do something about it, they are unconscionable.
And remember what I'm saying now? Him said there's one person who with the stroke of a pen can change all of this.
The Prime Minister. Prime Minister. Yeah.
I'm gonna change it when I them say when I set out the beachfront.
Yeah. And right. And also Dr. Dawes on the health. But you see, the timing was so good too, because Dr. Dawes came on when the $700 billion unaccounted for thing just came out, and I'm like, well, that was so timely, because remember now, the minister was there running his mouth about something, trying to make it seem as though, what people were saying was not the truth. And then here comes the Auditor General's report now about, just imagine that for a second, $700 billion. It's not even a billion, 700. You know how many hospitals could be outfitted with MRI machines, CT scans, beds. No patient would have to take their needles for surgery. You know what that means? And for it not to be concerning to the minister, the finance minister, the prime minister tells you that they care little or nothing about the Jamaican people. It is very sad, very sad. And that's just one ministry. And remember, there's 1.7 trillion unaccounted for. So we'd never like to see what is happening in the Ministry of Education, as well as the Office of the Prime Minister, and all those other ministries that are yet to have their, skeletons come out of the closet, because this is just disgraceful, utterly disgraceful. But I have to say, kudos, very good programs, great guests, and yes, in comparison to the one of foreign, I'm gonna take your foreign one.
No, the one of foreign is a problem. We are get reports from it, and people are complaining, say it's investment and somebody described it as a beg fest. Them said all of them just beg for invest. And the last one I got was a person saying they never discuss nothing will affect the common Jamaican. Them said them should get some people up the street and bring them and say, tell us what your issues are and how the government should go about it. None of that.
Right.
But you know what?
They don't care. They don't care.
You know what? We them have them thing, and we have our thing. And some people that are complaining say a PNP thing. I'm gonna have to tell to them, say, listen, me personally invite JLP MPs for come and invite the government, and them say, no, have your thing, we have our thing. We don't want to come here. Right. I say, so what me for do now? Because them don't want to come. Me must say the opposition people them can't come. No, I'm not certain.
No, that is unacceptable. No, you they say you throw your corner fall. You ask people to come on. It is free will, and you have to go with who. You have to accept those who accept your invitation. It is your duty to bring them on and to get their points of view as well. Because guess what? They will soon form the government. So you're talking to ministers in waiting and whatever. So it's the right approach. And if they didn't come on as a government, then that's their loss. because they had the opportunity, the minister had the opportunity to come on and counter what was being said and put forward his position on the issues. The same thing goes for the national security minister. The same thing goes for the minister of tourism. All those people had the opportunity to come
You see,
and make their voice
them now,
heard.
them now coming. You know why them now come? We do a research around here, you know. And when you have people
Hmm.
like a Lonesome, and you have a Carlos, and you have a Prezi,
Yeah.
you have a Tavares, and you have a this, and you have a that, and you have all the people them there, right? And I go ask them the tough question. Them cannot withstand the scrutiny. They cannot withstand
Yeah.
it. And we
Yeah.
not, you even have to go dig deep, just go by headlines. Just look on the
Hmm.
headlines and ask questions on the headlines. Them can't answer. So it makes sense for them not to come. But then what them do, because them fool, them all insult the diaspora at them conference, Them
Hmm.
we have a video which part the room half no 3/4 empty, no 4/5 empty, and them
Right.
ask Minister Kamina Johnson Smith a question, and them ask her a question about something that should have happened 3 years ago, and she couldn't
Hmm.
answer. She couldn't answer, and
Wow.
then Minister Malahu Ford, she now come and insult the people and tell them say, hey, if you don't want to talk about, you don't want come serve in a parliament, you don't have to live here. You
That's
can't
the
stay with us.
disrespect.
Yeah, to tell them that straight up.
But another thing too, Rattigan and Wayne, as you touch on Malahu Fort, this was an opportune time for her to engage with the people, especially in the diaspora, about the constitutional reform. And for her to just come and be so disrespectful tells you that they're really not serious about constitutional reform. Because, like we have all said, what they put out there is garbage, because you cannot have a constitution where the opening pages of the constitution is how to protect the government, the government, how to protect the government from the people, and not how to protect the people from the government, which is most how, look at the American Constitution. What are the first lines? Freedom of speech, the rights of the people. And in the Jamaican Reform Constitution, it is the right of the government. So that is kind of backwards. And for her not to have used the opportunity to engage with people at a different level, it is their loss. And it shows you how arrogant these people are. They don't care about the diaspora. They only care about, what you can get, send the money come, but just shut him out. Just continue with the status quo. Don't care about the hospitals, don't care about the police stations, care about nothing, because it's none of your business. But just send the money come. It's a new day has dawned. Because if you look at what is happening in Kenya, a new day has dawned where people are rising up against governments who have been taking them for granted for far too long. For far, far too long. And Andrew Holness better shape up our ship out.
Let me say something to you. Let me say something to you. Because, Ratty, you always have someone come and talk, say, is the PMP this? You know why you for money, You know why you for money? You know, if you just go away, more, them always go around and try trouble Ratty, and always a male and go on with them foolishness. When you not Big Mama around there, when you go tell Big Mama say it's a JLP thing, I want to cock up like acrobat and tap to Big Mama one bag of garbage. And by the way, even if you invite one of them PMP, one of them MP, government MP, and them come when I defend. So if you ever say crap, or if you say that, he might say, no, I never say, that is a lie. If you ever invite Tough Tongue and say, Tough Tongue, say them now have the better thing. We spend the most money, but with the money there because we don't see where to do chap. Where am I going to do? We are just argue with him and tell lie. After 8 years, brother, hold them accountable. I don't have the time to go argue with them. You understand? I'm in a business if them want some black widow, mourning widow, and nothing. We have to keep it real around here. You understand? Nah, help them. Yes, what?
You have forgotten, you have to make the call again for have the event at the national arena. I'm not talk about the town hall meeting. Not talk about, like when Reverend Son Young Moon,
Right.
weddings them. And
Yes.
people show up, man show up and woman, and them meet each other for the first time. I'm just say, okay, you're married, I want you're the married one, and they marry them in I'm asking. That's what them have to go do for the police, them when them get ready for send go hate it. Someone want to give them a little bit of advice.
Oh, the police them can them get, but the police are supposed to go over there. So if them change up that, you're not supposed to go over there. I want to get some advice. I remember telling you something again. Anyone I want to pick up and make them telling about money, not get no pay, not have no wife. Not have no wife. Me know I demand them most like I send. Kind of make sense to send the woman them. But one does consider one of the best brethren a female wife that. This is not, it more resonate to do know. Yeah, your brethren appeal look at them, you know, and I say, your wife fat and brown and knife. And you're still a female wife now, you know, and your wife. So what you have to do before you go away, take off your wedding band, give your brethren. I'm a fact, go sit down in the room and say if you perform all right. You don't have no blue pill, maybe you have some blue pill. You don't have the blue pill, you have the blue pill, you don't have none, and just sit down and just cry.
Tell him to give the blue pill. Tell the husband to give the brother the blue pill. Tell him to give the blue pill. Turn over all your blue pill.
Not turn over your blue pill. But we're at you know, although you cry, never. You put no camera and video it and put it up. That is revenge porn. You forgot prison for these things. Yeah, don't do it. Better you sit down and you watch, cry. But nobody can tell nobody you want to go 80. No do no report. What your wife to do is report it to you know. And send you to prison, you know, whether you 80 or not. No do no video in and put it up. Sit down, cry, watch. Watch. Whatever they call the man that have the big tree with them. But them name again. The man them aside on the big tree them.
Oh yeah, logger.
They watch, just sit down in there and watch the logger, a chop and I move the wood and I pack it the right place. Right? Yes. The log, the big, you know, the big fat, yes. That's what, and it almost you up, but don't video it. You can't video in a bedroom. Don't do it. It named revenge porn. Yeah? Turn over your bank account. Turn over your clothes, your bank account. When it's done, you know, you just cry and sign it over. Sign over your will. No, what do you know? Yeah. Me love that name there. Yes. So when the man in there now, remember, you know, your bedroom is like a forest, you know, so you might chop, you might lumberjack. So you might pack up the lumber them the right place here. So don't do no revenge porn. Yeah. I remember your wife will be a widow, you know. So I better you just divorce her because you have some black widow texted from people. So make sure, yeah, your wife, instead of she be a widow, you know, she be a divorcee and she remarried before you go into. And you have to be the best man. You have to be the best man. And talk to him about your kids them, or if you drop them at school, turn over your car and them thing if you have anything. If you have a bag of blue pill, give him two. No, that's if you need it, Jati. That's if you need it. Because some of them money, yes. Yes.
No, tell him, say, I dare give them or you use them up before you go.
Man can't use them up now. Come on, to ban him, go on, make him go on. But all him do, you can sit down and watch the movie, but no video in. You can't see the camera in there now, come back, you know. Because when I listen to you, you know, I tell them to send you to prison because that name revenge porn. Yeah? And then you can't go at 80. Remember, you know, come back, you know. You come back and have collapses. So you know, come back and like you come back. You don't have no wife for Jamaica either. You don't have nothing. Just forget your kids, then forget your wife because you're greedy. Yeah? So you can pack up and make Andrew them send you and you follow and General Lampire. Make them pack up and where am I ambassador?
Plenipotentiary.
Plenipotentiary. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So you make sure you don't have no more wife, you know. I remember now your wife is a widow, but you have some widow that accept them a black widow. At the worst one, them ratty. Ratty them make a black widow take set by you, you know. Moon. At the worst widow that we take set by you. Morning. That's why me as young man, them black morning widow there, no make them take set by you. That's why me I say, Make sure you divorce your wife. You can't sit down and watch lumberjack, you know. So when I count up the lumber them, you just sit down and count. And take it to that stiff face. So if you cry in the video, a prison you go. You know, I'm gonna make it a yeti. I mean, I tell them with a straight face, I mean, I have not smile. You know, I make it a yeti. Now, when what you laugh, I take off every grin. You know, I'm gonna make you want to go yeti. Just make sure. And the money the way you gotta work to make sure you sign it over to your wife. And your then wife. Yeah, because and your best friend. Cause he might take over to you, you know. You didn't play domino and everything, so you understand? You just take it, yeah, you just live your life.
Yeah. Them say what? Maybe some of them survive, but you say none of them now come back.
If they not come back, when a body bag. Barbecue roast them, you know. Me not ask him. Unless them just go, them not really go down in that and them go hide and trim blood. But for them kind of little behavior, it not gonna work. You might barbecue them. Mr. Abida, where one of them eat like them have a man then cut and eat it, you know. In the fire, you know. Them man, them smoke strong man, them not want put them, you know. And maybe all them not taste good because them take so much blue pill, they might not taste good, none of that. You understand? No, but you think about it, Patty. Them might not eat good. Them meat spoil. The amount of blue pill and them body to backside. Them meat spoil. So,
them a GMO. GMO.
Yeah, man.
No, but seriously, though, seriously speaking, you know, the police in Jamaica cannot manage the crime situation. Is Haiti they're going to sort out? It makes no sense. But then again, I don't know, because it is sad that they're going to leave their families and leave their, their children are going to be orphaned. And as you said, women are going to become widows. So I don't see the purpose of doing a situation, putting them in harm's way, and knowingly putting them in harm's way. And they know that they're putting themselves in harm's way if they go to Haiti. That is basically a suicide mission.
But Maria, why we love fast in our people business? So?
Too fast and enough.
Why we love fast? Look, them can't run them constituency, them can't run the country, but them want to come run the diaspora. Them can't control crime in Jamaica, but them want to go here to go deal with the crime problem. Why we so fast? Why?
Not from plenty.
Yeah, I mean, take care of
too much.
Take care of first before you start even launch out. And I mean,
but remember when we were growing up, Ratigan, we start to cut it. Remember when we were growing up, they say you must learn to dance here before you can dance abroad.
Yes.
So how they going to go dance abroad and they cannot dance here? They cannot sort out the situation. What is their track record with crime in Jamaica? That is the question. And they don't have a good track record with crime in Jamaica. So how are they going to manage the Haiti? The Haitian situation is bigger than what the Jamaican government can do, or the Jamaican Constabulary Force or JDF combined. It's a more complex issue. So throwing them in their boat, they're going to what? Fight crime, fight gangs, and you cannot fight the gangs in Jamaica. You can't even find one. Let alone you're going to fight gangs in Haiti.
Remember what them said? They're going there. What? Gang busting. That's it. That's where they're going there. Gang busting.
But them themselves a gang. So they want to do a boss gang. Can you imagine them? I remember it's a language barrier, language difference. You know, you have a barrier right there also, you know. Yeah? So you go by and you say, the man say, what you do to threaten me in a people language? They might hurt you. They might harm you. But I just you meet now go good. Uno blue pill at school bus. Uno forget yam still, you know, because uno no good for morning.
I hope
the
Jamaican people understand that what we are actually doing with the Haitian thing is akin to having mercenaries. Is money we are waiting for send our people go fight over there, you know. Money we say we are waiting because that is the minister herself, Minister Kamina Johnson Smith said they will wait for some money thing for the US for put some money on the table or whatever. Because they were supposed to do that a while back, you know. And then the problem with the Kenyans, them go court, and then them start look for some French countries, some francophone countries in Africa, and say, okay, we're gonna use them people for come because them at least speak some French. It might be a different dialect, but them speak French, and so we can use them. But me I tell you, when them go there, it gonna be a bloodbath. Me I tell you, it gonna be a bloodbath. So I don't know, if I were some of those policemen, I would seek other employment right now. I would have keep my wife and seek other employment. That's what I would do.
So you want to make your wife turn a widow? Cause the black widow them take set from people, the black widow them, So you know why your wife turn a widow, and your kids them,
And then also, sitting there, African, you'll be put a good point. No, them already are complaining that we don't have enough police. We're supposed to have 14,000. We have sometimes it hovers around 12,000, right? Them says 14 to 16,000. And you're going to take police now where we know half a patrol already and send them go to Haiti. Now you see what happened? No, you have fewer policemen now for deal with the crime situation in Jamaica. So the criminals are going to have a field day, Plus, remember now, car broke. Only a car broke down and now work. I know you have fewer policemen. So now the criminals are going to have a field day now, man. Field day now. So we are waiting to see what happens. But I would have tell the policemen them say, listen, resign, get another job and keep your wife and keep your family. Resign.
Yeah. The police in Jamaica now, Rattigan, you notice how they have been behaving and treating Jamaican people. They're not behaving like they have any training. So are they going to go there with that kind of behavior? Because look at how you remember the case with the lady who was dragged by her hair by the policewoman. I mean, and then you had this police officer. Well, if he's what he says he's a police officer who was lashing out. I think you played it earlier when lashing out against the prime minister, and he was also talking about the police and calling them basically, murderers, and asking the question, how can they treat their fellow citizens like that? And talking about them not treating people properly. So if this is how they behave in Jamaica, is that how they're going to go to Haiti and behave? And that is frightening when you think about it.
What we have to ask is that if that is a training them receive, that is a training them get already for go to Haiti. If I practice them, I practice on the people for go to Haiti with that kind of training there. Because like I would say, Juliet said, barbecue a plan with sauce for use on them right now.
Of course. Barbecue, but through them have the pill. I tell barbecue. Well, when you have game fall, then you purge them out, you purge them out first before you can just cook game fall and eat him, so. No, you can't eat him, so now it taste good, man.
What game it is?
Also the blue pill sitting here, eh?
What game it is? What game it is?
But as me I say, we're not gonna leave a lot of weed up there. And then let me tell you, Jamaica full of so much weed. I better we just make sure we not divorce. Yeah. Because we don't want no more black widow. Black widow have too much trouble. Especially mourning widow. Last them, them husband and them husband, them husband, yeah. Them not have no more husband for impregnate them, It's bad. You understand? So, yes. See? Them not have no more husband for ball out too. So all me I say, just divorce, and make your friend take over. Step aside and make your friend take over. Do not porn, no revenge porn. Yeah? That you are gonna deal with the porn and then carry it go at 80 go look. Don't do it. Repeat Mr. Lumberjack. Your friend might have, a lumberjack. Just let him in there, now your friend. Yeah? Yes. That him can perform and him properly. Perform properly. Don't talk. Yes, Maria.
But this is a part of the distraction though. When you think about the vast majority of issues plaguing Jamaica right now, this Haitian sending Jamaican police and soldiers to JDF is a distraction because you have a budget shortfall. Remember, it was the Minister of Education who came out and spoke on behalf of the Finance Minister about the budget, so the mistake that was made, and they said there was a $20 billion budget shortfall. You have those issues dealing with. You have the situation with SSL that has been unresolved. You have all these, you have the situation with Beryllium Regional Hospital. You have the situation with the police not treating citizens like they're human beings. And you have the only one bright spot that I see is Mayor Swaby cleaning up Crossroads Market and other areas in Kingston. And that's the only bright spot that you see, that you look at it and you say, this is what happens when you spend what money you have, what money you get for your office, for the people, when you spend it on them, this is how it looks. Now imagine if 8 years ago, the former mayor was doing that. Downtown Kingston would be a gem. It would be a beautiful place. But he didn't do that. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't have a Mayor Swaby right now had he done that. But what Mayor Swaby has done is to show what happens when you spend taxpayers' dollar on taxpayers to do taxpayer work. So when you look at all the issues plaguing Jamaica, the Haitian sending soldiers to Haiti is a major distraction. Major distraction, because the JCF needs to manage the crime situation in Jamaica. They need to deal with education. They need to deal with the social infrastructure. They need to do with physical infrastructure. And here we are talking about the Jamaican government wanting to send, JCF policemen and JDF policemen to Haiti. It is not a fair situation, because they're sending they're taking a gun taking a knife taking to fist to a gunfight, because they're not prepared for this situation. They don't know the terrain, and as Rata said, they don't know the language. So this is not a fair situation, and too many issues are happening in Jamaica, too many things are happening on the ground in Jamaica for them to be worried about people, business, or foreign. They have their own situation in front of them to deal with. We need to look at the hospital situations. Look how many people have died in the hospital in the last month. Things that could be preventable. You hear that people wanting to do surgeries, they have to walk with a needle. The lady took the medication for her mother to the hospital. It was stolen. When did that become a thing in the hospital, in the health sector, in Jamaica? You look at education. It is young people who are killing off one another. When is that being addressed, and how is it being addressed? Because the young people, if they are not in schools, they are not in some form of training, but be vocational training or skills training, they are out there and they're at the mercy of gangs, and they are readily absorbed. Whether the girls become prostitutes or work in gangs and become abused themselves, the boys become abused, the boys then become gangbangers. The gangbangers are in schools themselves. What is happening? When did this become a thing? And I don't hear the voices of the people rising up against it. Where are the churches? Where are they? It is too much. It is really too much, and it cannot be that all the churches can get up and talk about is anti-gay and anti-abortion. My body, my business. End of story. And no woman wants to get up and just wake up and have an abortion. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. But issues that everybody can rally around and let their voices be heard about. We don't see the churches. We don't see civic society. But let something happen, and you hear somebody say something in the PNP and everybody jump on it like they're piranhas. Right? It cannot be. These are issues that need to be ventilated. They must be talked about. The media should have this on every program should be talking about these young people who are harming one another at an alarming rate. The question is why? And not only the why, what is being done? Mr. Prime Minister, what are you doing to address the situation? Don't come out and talk about you little boys. That is not how you deal with the situation. You have to meet them where they are. You have to look at their environment. You have to look at the education system. Is it working for them or is it failing them? You have to look at the social programs. Is it working for them? Is it failing them? Do they need social programs? These they need social intervention. These they know that need a social worker to come and help them solve some of their issues. Why are they so angry that in anything happens, the only way to resolve it is through violence? This country is so the country has not become immune to violence, where people wake up expecting that something violent is going to happen, and if it doesn't happen, then everybody's going to be surprised. Like what? Nothing violent happened today in Jamaica. That is where people are in Jamaica right now. And you know what is happening most? In poorer communities. It's not happening uptown. When you hear about a murder situation uptown, it's domestic related. Okay? But most of the crimes that you're hearing about is happening in poor communities. It is happening in rural areas. What is the issue? What is the problem in garrison communities? When are they going to seriously address the problems there? Don't tell me about the diaspora need to stop the traffic and the sending of guns. It's the politicians that are bringing in the guns. It's not a poor man downtown doing it. They just get caught up in it by default. But how is it being addressed? How is the situation being addressed? It needs to be addressed right now. And when you have billions of dollars in the education ministry cannot be accounted for, you see why we have the problem with young people turning against one another. Because the schools aren't providing adequate security, the schools aren't providing adequate training for these young people. What is happening in Jamaica? When did this become a thing? When did this become a thing where young people are so out of control? So most of the murders now are happening between teenage years and the early and adolescence. Something is wrong. And this is not only boys. Girls are getting into it. So when is the government going to wake up and realize that it's a crisis point right now? It is at a crisis. When the church is going to come together, call everybody together and go to the communities, meet with the young people, talk to them and find out what is happening. How can we best help you so you do not go down the path of violence? How can we best help you to resolve your personal differences so it doesn't lead to violence? It cannot continue. Something is radically wrong. And you cannot fight violence with violence. There has to be programs put in place to occupy these young people's time, help steer them away from crime. And guess what? Poverty breeds crime. Lack of proper education breeds poverty. So all those things work hand in hand. And if you do not address the poverty situation, you cannot address the crime situation. And when the Prime Minister says, and everybody likes to talk about, oh, unemployment is at the lowest ever in 60 years, your poverty rate is through the roof, right? So how can your unemployment rate be so low and your poverty rate is through the roof? Then something tells me that your unemployment figures are incorrect. And how did you measure? How was that those unemployment figures measured? Because the squeegee man cannot be considered employed. You cannot work a day out of an entire month and be considered employed. You cannot just make some sky juice last night and go on the side of the road and sell it and be considered employed. So I would like to see the measurements used for coming up with these low unemployment numbers, while at the same time your poverty rate is so high, the education rate is so your education rate is so low, and your crime rate is so high. So there's some disconnect right there. So we have to look at what is happening. And right now, as we speak this Sunday evening, many of us had the best Sunday dinner. But in Jamaica right now, thousands of Jamaicans are either going to bed hungry or without a proper, nutritious meal. This is not a joke, people. So the diaspora conference that they had in Montego Bay last week, if it did not address these issues, then it wasn't a diaspora. It wasn't about the people. It was about putting monies in the pocket of the PSOJ and the government. And that's what I have to say.
Okay, Ratty. When Maria said, Ratty, when Maria said, I'm talking about when Maria said, no phone having the best dinner already. You know, see the finger Ratty. Look now. You know, you had the something. When she say someone having the best dinner already, you know, see my finger.
A one finger or two?
Now one man at a point that way, the man. Now point from Maria. Yeah. So we have find the thing around so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early already. You know why? But come on early. But come on early while I'm at work, right? I'm
Yeah.
to him say, but come on like about half hour early. And him say my work. I'm say I soon come. We go away. I think go eat.
You know, you just man, so you have to find my vertical. Me know say rat when rat ready come, me know to the room now go and you know. But me go on a little thing the opposition leader. But we have to pick up some intelligence, right? More you pay attention to the politically aligned. You have them have some politically aligned police shootings were going on in Jamaica right now. And the aim is to eradicate some leaders when them claim to attach to PMP, something and thing. So be careful of that. Them have police to do that. Catch it bully. Remember every move you make me know. Who know update? Yeah. So we are called upon the opposition leader. Who pay attention to what go on. Because you can't see you fight crime. You see what it? And you have two big gang. But all now over the years, you hear Google Gaga with it, you hear crap with it and one of them. Them depend clans. Same like to catches bully depend catches. Same way. But you're not about one other. It don't make no sense to me. Yeah? So when them do them go round and them just do these kind of little things, I mean I say it's not good. It's not good, brother. When you do crime, it no care who do crime, I could have your mother. Yeah? You forgot to talk to her, you forgot to carry her in, brother. You see? But you don't do that, you don't play politics with crime. You need to stop it, man. Need to stop it. So, what I tell you what I do right now, we don't need to stop them thing there and the opposition. Take note. Take note. Running up to the election because of that a FIDEM plan right now, yeah? Yes. That a FIDEM plan. Need to stop. As we say, we not play with them, you know. We not play with them. We just speak truth to power. We are see what them are do, you know. We are see what them are do. Yes, and the eagle are fly. Yes, Vati.
Yeah. You know, I see a little thing where me as Swaby I do some things and I'm pleased because when them did just about I don't know, about a month after the election, I call them out on the program and say, listen, we not really give no whole heap of honeymoon period, you know, because you sit down there and see the problem, you know. So you're supposed to prepare yourself. So when you go in office, you just deal with the thing. You know, 1 year, 2 years from now, you say, oh yeah, man, I'll get to it. So I cannot please to say, well then, boy, you know, him jump on the problem and start clean up the markets, them and thing. Cause it was a health crisis and an eyesore, right? And indeed, this is how government supposed to react to the problem, right? You sit down there, your government in waiting, you sit down and you see what go on, and as soon as you get your chance and you go in, you start dealing with it right away because you know what the problems are, right? So you just deal with it. So we're gonna big him up this Saturday and hopefully we can get him on the program.
I do something from yesterday, but me tell me that I do it tomorrow because me see the market, me see crossroad market, me see him come and come and say, you know, remember me come and say, listen, meet with the people them, can you can't just a mash up stand and thing, him not do it. Him go talk to them. Tell me some people I say, no, them can't believe me, I come out and I talk to them and I keep meeting with them. I mean I start search for go. Or if you destroy the people, them now have nothing else to do, why you destroying them? So me and Swaby, we not at, you know, so you know, we take it off here, we not plan for wear it, you know. Yes, and Maria put on our head scarf here too. You know, so we are head scarf here for the salute you and for the wonderful 100 days. I wish the Prime Minister do for him 100 days because you never tell about your 100 days, but you do. But by the way, Ratty.
You make a mistake, man. Yeah. Either you make a mistake or them make a mistake because I think when I'm saying it was 100 years because remember my brethren say them are gonna get 5 term and 6 term and 8 term.
100 years, man.
100 years. I know it's not 100 days, man. So man, 100 years.
200 years.
We are holding to account. No, because my brethren say I'll get 5 terms, you know, and 10 terms and
11 account. Something else said 5 years a term. And when you reach 10, that him all account when all 100 dead and gone, him still get the term. Oh, Argentina is a fool, brother. Eh?
But remember, this is a party, you know. This is a party where math is a serious problem. because 2 times 9 equals 13. So this is, you're right. It's not 100 days. So is Andrew Holness is well within the
Yeah,
confines
man.
of what
Yeah. Lonesome. I think it's unfair, lonesome. You really that I hold a man to 8 years. 8 years. Him have 92 years left for go, man. You know what I'm saying?
92.
Yeah,
Eh?
man.
That
Yes,
when
him
he
have
gone
gone
right, him still go on with it.
good. But
Yes.
you know what? While I go in, we just look as Maria that talk about the council churches and the role of them play and all of that. I'm gonna look on the constitutional reform, the thing when them submit to Parliament after a year them a work, right? Because them started March of last year, and they must have sent it in, May last month. I think them sent it in. Now, on this, people listen to this, you know, we have to pay attention to them things. They appointed 15 members to it, right? 15 members. And then they had a support staff of another 15. Well, we never even know about. We have another 15. 14. You have 15 where them say, the CRC. But them say, all right, we have 14 people from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. We have a support to know. And we have 1 from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, right? So you have 30 people in total that work on this document, I know. 30. Then them get 28 submissions, 28 different groups and organizations and people say, here is our input into Onado. And in addition to that, them have 41 meetings, you know. 41 meetings.
With themselves.
With themselves. 41 meetings. And with them staff and themselves, 41 meetings. So when you think about all of the money we're going at that, all of the time we're going at that, people, please, if you can, please, may I ask you now, read the document. Just read it and you see how asinine this document is. This document is not even worth the paper it's printed on. We cannot believe so much bright people.
How much money gone?
Yeah, I mean, cannot believe so much bright people, so much luminaries when them bring out some erudite people and bring all of them people and say, oh, we have the best of the best. Then bring even people from overseas.
Yes.
For come and join in.
Place, yes.
Yeah. And so them have a staff of the whole CRC members and staff, a support staff, 30 people. They met 41 times at 41 meetings. And this is the best them can do. This is the best them can do. And I mean, me take 1 hour and go through the document and find a whole heap of things wrong with it. 1 hour, right? And by the way, the Council of Churches, we would like to know what was their contribution because they were not support. They were a member of it. The lady started 1 month after. What's her name? She started 1 month after. She named Miss Dr. Elaine McCarthy. She was this Council of Churches representative, right? And we don't see, we don't see the contributions of them people that make. I just don't see it.
So she's gonna put them food dishes. Tell me something, Ratty. That Umania. I want you. You put your screen.
Elaine McCarthy.
All right. So you with mattress, right? Tell me something now. You with mattress. Fear pastor was one of them and him back out or something, right? Check it. Check it. Because I think something with our pastor, you know. Check you with mattress and our pastor. Yeah?
Yes. This person, Dr. Elaine McCarthy, the chairperson for the Jamaica Umbrella Groups of Church. She was there. She came on the panel in April. They started in March. Here's another question. Why take she a month for join on? Why them never when them appointed? Was it an afterthought that somebody said, hey, bring the church people in? Was it an afterthought? Because she come a month later. But you know, she missed only one meeting.
What do you mean? We have to do a constitution. Remember a constitution is, you know, just take up each year the only the more some people with some legal minds. We don't need some people, you just so to the church. Can remember you have rape and all kind of things in a church. You just take up some of them just okay, protect our pedophile. And that for them contribution, you know, because them a pedophile themselves, you know. And they got to take up some little criminal politician and him say, okay, no impeachment because the amount of money them thief. And you use it can't work. It just can't work. It don't even make a sense.
But when I write it down, look at it this way. When and where were they going to consider the interest of the Jamaican people?
Never.
Because I read it, nowhere in that document is anything about the Jamaican people. Not one word. Yes, I read it. I don't know the
No.
Yes, exactly.
Maria,
Nothing.
Maria. No, Maria. It's a my document. It's a my note of mistake. Watch out. I know.
Yes.
My notes is it's a my 3-page document. After 1 hour reading it, you have 3 pages of problems with the document. 3 pages, and them over a year. 30 of them.
Exactly.
Over a year, and the best them can do is we have 3 pages of problems with it. 3 pages of problem. They've not read them all. They've not read them.
But right again. Every constitution, a constitution, is about the people, the rights of the people, and the right of the people to protect themselves against the government. So the people need to have a recourse. They need to have a way to impeach, to recall anybody that they put into office. This report says, no, you have no right to recall me after you vote for me. You have no right to impeach me. You have no right to prosecute me, even if I'm stealing your taxpayer dollar and not spending it on you. You can do nothing to me as a leader. And I am going to tell you when I am going to call an election. I'm going to tell you where and the circumstances under which I am going to call that election. Nothing in there is about the Jamaican people. And this Prime Minister is walking around talking. I mean, who conceived this? Who conceived this? But one thing, right? And the thing is, doing it in phases is unconscionable.
True.
It's unconscionable because if you're doing a constitution, do it one shot and call it a day. But doing it in phases, phase 2 might never come for the next 100 years in Artigan.
True.
It may never come. I know where they want to put the Jamaican people in phase 2. You know where they want to put impeachment in another phase. No, we're going to do it right now. And if it is not about the Charter of Rights of Jamaican, it's not a constitution.
In fact, some of the things that we are talking about, them say them should do it by law. Them shouldn't put it in the constitution. Even though we get promises that will get done by law, we still not get that either. The thing about it is that this thing, I agree with you, shouldn't be done in phases. They should take the best of the best and say, listen, we're going to lock on our way for 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, we're locking our way for 2 years, 3 years. But when we finish, we want a complete document. We want a document, not phases and phases and phases. We don't do it like that, right? And then what them should do is like with this thing what them do, know that them put it together, them shouldn't take it to Parliament. Them should take it to the people first and say, look, this is what we come up with.
Yeah, what them should do, right?
Yeah. Take it to the people.
When I go to the people, when you say town hall, you have 40 radio stations, you have the internet, them and everything. Even people like us, you reach us. That means it reach every corner in there. Because you have some people now listen to them radio and watch them TV, but them watch us. So either come to me and say, yeah, what you do, you broadcast this for us. And that means when you have a town hall, everybody.
Hear what them do. Hear what them do. You see, like how them boss people come a conference, them supposed to say, all right, here what we are going to do. We are the one in a Cornwall, one in Middlesex, one in Surrey. Yes. And we are going to bring people from all over the county. We'll bus them in, just like our bus people come a conference. We're going to bus people and provide refreshments and bring everybody in a one big hall, and we are going to spend maybe a 2-day conference right there. So find place to put the people in, because if 1.7 trillion can miss, you can't find place for house the people in, right? And about 2 days, I make people sit down and go through the thing. Then once you do that, then you go back to the drawing board. Because when them come and tell people it's nonsense, say no impeachment. People that said, what do you mean no impeachment? And then no one have to go back to the drawing board. Do all of that before you go to the Parliament. And then when you go to the Parliament, make them discuss it, but give the people a chance to see where the work product is. Them not do that.
Them not
this not provided to the people. We can be sure to provide to the people, then would I get backlash. People that say, no, all of them things I want to talk about, the prime minister will nominate a president. I must say, no, the people supposed to do that.
We are R&R and Maria the writer say, you know. Yeah, man. So it is.
But you know, wait, you know, right before you move on, Wayne. Another thing they should do, is educate people on the current constitution, so they can decide what they want to keep and what they want to take out. I hear Isaac talk all the time about the Charter of Rights of Jamaicans, which is the best there is. How can you not have had that in the first part of this report if they considered the Jamaican people, the way they talk, that they, about them? That should have been the first thing that they talk about. Improve on that, strengthen that, but to not include that. And the thing is, the Jamaican people don't even know what is in this current constitution. So bring them up to speed about it and let them decide. Go to the basic school. When the basic school closes on a Friday, you have a meeting a Friday evening, or Saturday evening, or Sunday evening. Go into the community centers, go to the primary schools, because every community have a primary school, every high school have a basic school, and you will reach maximum amount of persons. And I'm sure none of those persons are going to want a government where you cannot impeach them and you cannot kick them out when they steal your money. None of them are going to want their rights taken away for generations to come. Because what people need to understand, is that if this was allowed to go through, this would have been in place for the next 50, 60, 70, 100 years, and nobody would change it. And that is what, and thank God for social media, that people rise up and say, this is not acceptable. And then you have people on the ground in Jamaica saying, no, we don't want this. Why we can't impeach you? This is only to protect yourselves. And now we hear the minister coming forward and saying, oh, well, we have listened to you and we're going to talk. Yes, impeachment clause must be the first thing. If you're going to put yourself ahead of the people, then it should be the people have the right to recall you then. So at the beginning, when the who is going to choose a president, yes, and the people have a right to recall. People are going to choose a president, and the people have a right to impeach that president or prime minister if that person runs afoul of the law, if they spend taxpayers' money, if they cannot account for $700 billion, if they cannot account for money being spent at hospital and the hospital can't finish, if they have 19 agencies in their under their portfolio. All those things are impeachable offenses. All those things are reasons to recall a prime minister, reasons to recall a member of parliament, reasons to recall a minister. So these are the things that should be at the forefront. But for the love of God, tell the people what is in the current constitution before you're ready to run to a new thing. They don't know what they're giving up for what you're giving them. So let them know what it is that they're giving up first, and let them decide if they want to keep anything from the current constitution. And if they decide that, then you have to put it in there. And the Charter of Rights should be front and center of any constitutional reform, the rights of the Jamaican people. And for the love of God, Jamaican people, do not vote for anything that doesn't put your rights first. Your rights. Your right to vote is one, but your right to free speech is another, and your right to recall your member of parliament, your minister of government, your prime minister, all of them. Those are the first things that should be the first 5 things should be those things in the constitution. Anything else is totally unacceptable.
True.
Well, here's what I think they should have done with this. I think because somebody asked a question. They asked whether or not this can pass without where is it? Okay. Bellman says, can Andrew Holness have this reform constitution approved without the opposition signing? No. It has to be signed by 2/3 of both houses, followed by a referendum, the people. But here's what happened. Here's what I think should have happened. Once they finish with this, right, instead of sending it to Parliament, they should have sent go back and have them town hall meetings and explain to people this is what we're proposing down to the Parliament, right? And that way you get a sense of where people stand with your findings, and then you send it off to then you make your changes, right, as necessary, and then you send it off to Parliament. Because here's what would happen now. a Dr. Devon Taylor, for example, would have come out at the town hall meeting and say, hey, I don't see anything inside here about beach rights. I don't see anything about it. And you see him get a chance now to ventilate that now the open. And so it put them upon notice that, hey, this is what should have been in there. It's not there. What are you guys doing? So them knows now, say, when them come back out now with the referendum, after it got through 6 months, at 6 month period, I think, through parliament, that people are going to be prepared for it. And I say, no, during that time period, people can say, no, we don't bring it to we now because we don't want it. Now, here is what them say in the same document. Them say, under section 13.5, it's entitled Public Education and Engagement. It says, it will be, listen to this, it will be essential for the successful completion of this phase of the constitutional reform project that the public be sensitized to its importance and persuaded to adopt a positive attitude to the proposed reforms. Persuaded, and this thing, what persuaded to have a positive attitude about something that will affect you, something will exclude you.
So you have a government now. You have a government, right? You have a government who really work for the people and love the people and care for the people. I don't believe you're supposed to even have a town that even a Dr. Taylor have to come and tell you, say, listen to me, why you never put this in it? Because if you care for the people, then you'd have put it in the first place. I'm not talking to deal with the rights, the first thing. We not when we see it, we're supposed to say we love you a little more because you really look out for us. We're not supposed to correct something if you really care for the people. They must have people on a piece of shit, you know. Good, hey, them couldn't tell me nothing, you know. I look on things on a different level, you know, Ratty. Because if you love the people, then will vote and give you a job. There is no way you're going to leave out these things. The right of freedom of expression, the right of liberty for this and that, the right of your rights are being the thing, the first thing you do. All your rights, right? And the beaches and everything, it have been like, you know, you shouldn't even have a Dr. Taylor to rise up, to come tell you as a government, to say no, but you have to take with the people and rights. Yeah, this what it. You live on an island, it's an island, it's an island country. But yet still the master people live in a landlocked country because right round you, I can't you live and the sun had by you, you know, with the wall of float that by your night time. It a burn you up at in a black tutus. It bad. So if you love the people, then you're not supposed to even have a doctor to come and tell you as a government with so much advisors and so much money I spend. Same like how I do not believe, you know, when they call people about thief. I don't believe we're supposed to be a member of parliament, no minister, and you put it under the purse. I believe if you lose them finger there and you have to go to prison for the rest of your life, your natural life. If you touch 1 cent, you have to go to prison because you have to know better. We are pay and you get millions. And you are more protected than the local ghetto youth, you know. Me take you as a bigger thief. Because if we entrust you and give you a vote and for look for our affairs and you turn around and when you look, billions are gone. Me say even 1 cent, you should have got prison for the rest of your life. It's a piece of shit. You understand? Me not believe in to pay them neither narrative. And that's true. Straight up. You supposed to have a government to love your people. But yet still you have to put things and you have to have people like Dr. Taylor and a man in the wilderness. And you have to have a rebel and you have to have a Maria and how much more we to come and tell the government, say, yo, stop stepping on the people them neck. Put in this. It's wrong. That means them not careful, no, them not careful. No. Them can't tell me nothing. You overlook it, I want to the brightest. And I spend so much money and then we have to say then warm to this. Why you leave out this? And why you leave out that? And if you go, man.
Yeah, well, now, you know, stop the saying no. Now, people, again, when you know, come around Panda Corner, you know, we come around here to teach. But we also come around here to learn too. Because me I read the chat and, you know, we are take the questions them and we are see what people are saying and things like that. Because it's a two-way street. Learning is a two-way street. But we realize that a lot of you haven't read the document. And so we have read the document and we are very critical of the document. And so we need to bring those points to you so that you understand what's going on. Now, there's an office called Office of the Attorney General in Jamaica, right? Then there's one called Ministry of Justice. Now, if they wanted to deal with the Constitution, they could have put it under any one of them officer, right? And say, okay, we're going to get a team of people, and we're going to probably bill out an arm out of the Attorney General's office or the Ministry of Justice, right? Instead, you know the government do? The government go and form a ministry called Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, spending millions. And when them spend it for, them say them spend it for come up with a constitution. That's why them do it. And this is the best them can come up with.
Them a play for empty place, you know that.
Yes, them up, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Per month. 54 million for them friend per year. And how much of them they do this now? 2.5, 3. So much money one man collect. And them have a place for them, hey, them wicked, you know.
Them create a ministry. Them create a ministry.
But Ratigan, the person they put in charge of that ministry is not qualified to do the job.
Grossly unqualified.
There you go.
Grossly unqualified. So people, taxpayers of Jamaica, open understand, you know. So una get switched, una get lashed street and lane, coming and going, up and down, north and so everywhere no turn Makajuk, you know. They might dig out on the eyeball, you know, because they never have to go create a ministry for the constitutional reform. They never had to do it. Them could have do it under the Ministry of Justice. Them could have built it out under the Ministry of Justice, but them create, and I forget how much millions it costs for create a ministry and run one, you know. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. And them do it and say, well, we are doing it because this is the main purpose, constitutional reform. And this are the document them do, you know. And what them do with this document, them do it and them don't show no what them do. They must send it to Parliament, now for Parliament review it. And then them after Parliament review it and them get it passed, then them fling it pound. But guess what? There's a fly in the ointment, you know. The ointment not good because guess what? The opposition say we not sign. So from them now sign, them know so them can't get the 2/3 vote. And because these provisions are what they call deeply entrenched provisions, you have to have a referendum on them. So you need 2/3 in a House of Representatives, 2/3 in the Senate. As it now stands, then we get the 2/3 in the House of Representatives, but them can't get the 2/3 in the Senate. So it's not going anywhere. It's stopped.
Them can't, by the way, I'm going to tell them, so them can't trick nobody and sign it at the Senate. Like them that say, hey, I'm on the seat. No, 13, and over the part our 8, them have 8 and 13. So the 8 and 13, them have a vote. This are the Constitution. This are not like you say, oh, too much money gonna foreign. So we could run go pass it. It never away there.
Here's what I'm going to do. Here's the plan. Remember now, you know, when they amend the Constitution to extend the DPP, you know, then wait till some members in the Senate did a travel. All right, and then them joke it. So people, here is where Uno come in. Should they do that? Should they wait for the opposition members to leave the country and gone and them jam it through? Uno play a role, you know, because it a come to as a referendum. It a come to as a referendum. And Uno cannot approve this document the way it is. Because if you not approve it, Uno cut on one throat.
Yeah,
we are missing a major issue here. Andrew Holness, you know, has been a serial violator of the Constitution from he was in opposition.
Yeah.
You know. How then can he be trusted with this document? And do you see now that what is written there, you basically can call it and is enshrining Andrew Holness corruption, enshrining Andrew Holness behavior. You look at it and you say, you just place his name there. Just place his name there. Because of how he has treated the Constitution since he was in opposition. He doesn't care about it.
When do with this, Maria, make sure the way it's written not violated because he wanted to say. No, under the existing Constitution, yes, in violate the existing Constitution, please see states of emergency, right? Where him and the Governor General violate the Constitution. Unfortunately, you can't prosecute the Governor General, right? And I don't know, but them take you can't prosecute him, meaning that you can't bring him to court, right? Now they brought the government to court because of the violation, and the court agreed that yes, there were violations. So in this now, when them do now, them twist it and bend it so that no, them don't have to violate it because it will be written plain and straight for them. So you're right in a sense that listen, if you might violate this one, yeah, you imagine what going on in this one, yeah. And that them write it. Can you imagine what happening at this one? People, do not let this happen. Do not let this happen, because guess what happened now? This is not like, say, it will affect generations 20, 30 years from now, It will affect you. It will affect you because it only take, 6 months for them for discuss it, and then our cooling off period, and come back and discuss it, and then vote on it, and then send it up. All this can be done within 2 years. All this can be done within 2 years. And then now, them have this foolish thing where they talk about,
It's
the president will be nominated by the prime minister. A film friend him going to nominate him, right? He will nominate him friend, and then him friend now have 3 votes.
He's gonna nominate his wife
Or
is one of his sons
or
himself
or the governor general.
Yes.
Because all him do a sign off on things,
Yeah, man.
But remember, said in the report, it says that the governor general will stay on for a period of 2 years until they find a president.
So they will find him.
So he'll still be in that position until they find a president. And remember also that, and he said that he can use his absolute majority to choose a president, because he's going to consult with the opposition, but it's just performative. Because in the new report, the opposition has no teeth, no backbone, no foot, no. The opposition is but it's only there in name only, has no purpose.
Then here what? Once them get to that point where them say, okay, we're going to choose a president now, right? Them say it take about 3 months. It'll take about 90 days for them to go through the process there and get the person. So the governor general will act. Then them also say, if the governor general no want to act, guess who I go act? One of the custos them. One of the custos. People, I hope you understand what going on, I hope you understand what going on. But here what, if you don't understand what going on, tune into this program, my program, other programs. In fact, this is so important that this coming Saturday, I'm going to start a series on the Constitution, because we have to teach our people about the Constitution. So we're going to start a series this week. We just get the idea. Let's start a series this week on the Constitution, and then we are going to do the proposed amendment to the Constitution.
Hold on, Rattigan. Very good idea. But you know what? Because I know ISAT had done a series on the Constitution, the current Constitution before. But to use that, to use the current Constitution and juxtapose it with the report, and with a focus on the bill of with the Charter of Rights. Because here's the thing: Jamaican people don't know what is in the current Constitution, and you have this stupid ass report that they want to shove down people's throats. So they need to know. And you know something, is if one person know, that one person will tell a person, and it is going to be must-see TV for people to understand that, listen, this is what the Constitution says, and this is what they're trying to do, take your rights away.
Yeah, he did the Charter of Rights already. We went through the Charter of Rights, but you know what? Doesn't hurt to go over it again, because people don't understand, and sometimes you have to reinforce these things, because them hear it one time but it doesn't register. Them hear it and it sounds good. It's almost like a sermon. You hear it and it sounds good, and then them say don't sin, and then you come out of church and what you go do? You go sin. You forget about it. It's good while you listen to it. So we have to reinforce it. But that is what I'll do this Saturday. I'll start it over, because people need to know.
The thing is about the use of the Charter of Rights, so the Jamaican people can now start saying to the government, this must be the beginning of the Constitution. My rights. And if my rights are not the beginning of the Constitution, then there will be no Constitution. Period. And if impeachment and recall is not in there and a fixed election date, that must come after my rights. It's as simple as that.
Or they could also say this is the beginning of the end. So they could say that's the beginning of the end. But people don't understand. Say it's 30 people. 30 people work on this reform. Yeah. 30 over a year, millions of dollars spent. And this is the best we can get. And remember, what me tell you now, 1 hour me take and reach. 1 hour. And wait there. Sit down. 1 hour and 3 pages. 3 pages are problems with it. Right? One picky head man.
And another major disrespect. The natives of Jamaica, Maroons.
Yeah.
How can you not even consider? Because Andrew had come out and said there's just one sovereign country and garbage. You cannot disrespect the Maroons. You don't tread on the Maroons' rights in Jamaica. And there's nothing in there about the Maroons. How can that be? They're the natives. Everybody else come on there. Maroons are the natives. They are native to the land. How can it be so disrespectful to not even consider their position and their rights and to have it enshrined in the Constitution, in the new Constitution? It is a mighty, mighty shame. So this is not about the Jamaican people, right? This is about the political directorate.
I don't know who named the Yamaye Guani Council. I don't know who those people are. They made submissions. Yamaye Guani. I don't know who that. I don't see. Then there's one here named West Indian Tribal Society. I don't know who them people there. Yeah, all of them make submissions. I don't know who those people are. But what's the submissions? But
yes,
no,
sir.
people must get wise. So we are going to do that this Saturday, and we'll start teaching people the Constitution, and we're going to go over the parts where Isaac went over already, and then we're going to talk about this thing. And maybe it's not a bad idea to start with this.
Yes. But Mr. Bo, before that, as I say, any government, I say them love you. I mean, I could just talk to the people. I want to talk to them as is, right? That's it. It's not supposed to be a lookout for the people then. And then you have people like Taylor have to come, you know, Dr. Taylor have to tell us, hey, you know, put you nothing for the beaches. The government's supposed to know that. You're supposed to know the wants of the people. Then you're not supposed to just shut them out like that. It's wrong. You understand? But this is a non-caring government, you know. And you own it, the largest man who ever walked the earth. And don't go care for who around him. It's wicked. You know, big up the rich and the greedy and stepping at the poor and needy neck. If we stop. I know Jamaica people wanna learn from all on a mistake right now, yeah? No make Andrew come out with no more live grown here, you know. Now go work, you know. Long as we're there, now go work. You understand? We are all accountable. We have to make sure you owe them in 2022. Them never know so the wrong man, them run on in Maria. Them don't know some in a play, you know. Yeah, man, I cross the one of them. Yes, man.
And the thing is, Jamaicans need to stop selling their votes because they're selling their rights. They're selling their rights.
That's true. That's true. No more sell vote. No more, no guy no come talk about him and buy vote or do nothing like that. We don't have no time for that. Hey, Ratty, you see my time I run up in and I know say.
Like my tell you say, you know. My time too.
Oh, all right, people say yes, Ratty has a film time, so I can work with Ratty time now. Because
whoa, no, man, no.
Man. No. Come here, I'm like a dog, you know. So, I'm going to eat my food to come here like a dog.
Let me tell you what. The Supremo links as to the 56 Beach Act. There's another one, 1886 Prescription Act. Take a look on that, Primo. That one to say if you have constant use of a beach for 20 years, then you're entitled to it, but you have to go to court and make the court rule upon it. So job them their court and they might use the 1886 law as well as the 1956. So they might use the two of them. They might use the Beach Control Act and the Prescription Act. Yeah.
Right, we could play this before we even knock out the man because you.
I'm glad you said before we. I'm glad you said we. So I know me alone. I'm glad you said that.
I don't even tell you the job me that them thing, you know. Him know so we don't go like a dog. You hear me? Him know so we don't go like a dog, you know, because we don't eat it, you know, we don't follow that, you know. Really?
Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, in association with the Global Jamaican Diaspora Council, presents on the 26th of July 2024 Jamaicans and Friends of Jamaica. Join us in conference as we speak against corruption, crime, poverty, failed healthcare, poor education, and injustice in Jamaica. This takes place on the 26th of July at 1320 Ellesmere Road, Ontario, Canada. This conference starts 3 till 10 p.m. Guest speakers on the day: Wayne Lonesome, Will Rattigan, Mystic Sensation, Herb Nelson Jr., Aromatic, Sister Maria, Jamaican Carlos, Dr. Rupert Francis, Jeffrey Tavares, and more. This is going to be a very important event for all Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica. Don't miss this event if you care about our country. Jamaicans in the diaspora, we can make a difference.
Oh,
Of course. Yeah, yes, sir.
yeah. Me I go Lego here, you know, because you know, loan some of no, whoa. Me talk for you know. Are you me talk for?
Yeah, man.
No, me understand. Me see all fraud there, amount white squall I buy it out, man. Me see it.
What fact? I'm not telling you about going to feed me now. Me know
No.
that I'm not eating tomorrow. Because from
White
there,
squall, look at white squall.
no, man. See, me have cranberry juice, you know, so me know some good.
No, we're talking swim around. We're not talking about no liquid business. No, we're talking swim around. We don't say you never say it first.
See, me have cranberry juice, you know, people.
No, you're hungry.
Juice.
No, you're
What
hungry.
way
You're
cranberry juice there?
Tell
Where
the people come this evening. Tell the people come this evening. Me come on this evening, no, Maria. When me come on, I come on 6:30. You know, I come on, you know, see my work feverishly, you know. I'm see the white collar, you know, right thing. And I say, boy, brother, I look hungry. I'm say thing for walk one. I'm say, boy, I'm gonna try to get some work, you know, man. I'm say, all right, yeah, me come back and check you. So I'm go away and come back about 35 minutes later. Him think I eat, me go eat. That's why him say, cause when me come back, him say, boy, I know ratty eat him swim around already, you know. And him good to come and say, no, brother, me no eat no food. Me just take a little.
So that's
What?
it. The truth, man. The little worm, man. Because I feel the worm. Ratty, man. The little worm here. By the way, we're not talking about General Lampile worm, you know. Him for us good, you know.
Don't forget, General Lampwell is ambassador plenipotentiary. So you have to be careful what you talk
We
about.
want to send him the penitentiary. So we want to send him General Penitentiary. Yeah, the General Lampa, General Penitentiary.
All right.
Man. Yeah, man. People, no respect, you know. I'm going to eat some food.
Blessings and respect. I have one.
Cheers, yes.
Yeah, man. Respect. Yeah, man. Cool.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right.